Little bit of goop. Oh, dingle, oh, dingle, oh, dingle. Let's do it, people. Get in here. You don't know what you're missing. A little bit of goop. What's up, guys? How we doing? Never been to a live before, but you got the green name. Oh, yeah, you might have been gifted, honestly. Monka S, Monka W, all sorts of monkeys. Hey, there's Hannah. Merry Christmas, Hannah. What's going on? How was your Crimbus? Your Xmas. Yo, Pada. Welcome back. Mr. Zapata, welcome back for 28 months. Happy early New Year, Joel. Hello, all. Hello. It was good. Okay. How are you and the DV boy? We're good, honestly. Cruising, happy, clean, cleansed. Not really. Filled with bellies full of cookies, both of us. Kitty cookies. I've been eating Pradeep's food. I'm down on my luck. Are we ready for 2026? I think so. Things might go financially to shit, but hey, I'm prepared. And by I'm prepared to die. So if it's on right now, I've listened for 3 years. I'm all out of stories. Sorry, we got some new ones. These ones are related to restaurants. Restaurants. Say that 6,000 times fast. Restaurants. Just gonna do without your videos. The only thing that distracts me. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Astrid. Very, very sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm green because I ran out of episodes months ago and needed the members only. I mean, this is the best way, but you are the only podcast that puts me to sleep in the most soothing way. I mean, no worries. I totally know what you mean. Thank you. Why do you pronounce it? Why do I pronounce Joel like whole? Joel, whatever you prefer. Of course, you've went your whole life and you've never seen Joel pronounced as Joel. Like, not even once. You just heard it as Joel your whole existence. Just curious. Not even, like, hating. But if it's, like, infrequent enough that it has to be asked, it's just kind of interesting. Poltergeist. Oh, welcome to the Buttersock Cult. You now have access to bonus content. Yes, restaurant, an organic member. That is kind of nice. That's how you do it. Put out less and less episodes till people become members. Sleep schedule cooperating for once. Hope folks had a good holiday. Yes. My sleep schedule is perma-screwed, but it's okay. It's been a long time coming for me to join this channel. I've been listening for so long. Your videos help me deal with the insomnia, so thank you. No worries. How old am I? I am 35. Old as a dirt. You're the first Joel I've heard pronounced that way. Really? How old are you? Because that's a curiosity, honestly. I feel like there's a decent amount of Joels in, like, pop culture, too, to at least in a modicum of, like, 24? Alright. You can call me Joel. I don't mind. No worries. We all come from different walks. A while back, when I first migrated to America straight from Scotland to Nova Scotia, in early 2000, right after everybody was nuts about the reset or whatever, Y2K. First migrated to America straight from Scotland, Nova Scotia, early 2000. Oh, yeah. Well, thankfully, I feel like I vaguely recall that was only for like a solid, maybe half a year. Anybody was really worried. But even that, it didn't really affect anything. It was more or less just like creepypasta lore to have to listen to. Oh, anyways, guys, how was your Christmas? Did you guys get any good presents? Any good toys? What are we going to talk about? Your toys? How's your Christmas? Also, are you streaming on New Year's? I will be streaming on New Year's Eve, which is a Wednesday this week. If you guys do anything fun, I hope you're safe. I might be having a few drinky drinks while we do it. Am I going to watch Heated Rivalry? What is that? Heated Rivalry. Is that anime? Sounds anime. Wait. No, I know what Heated Rivalry is. It's a gay hockey show, right? I saw a meme about it. Yeah, gay hockey show. That's hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious, but it's funny. But yeah, I'll probably be naked watching that later. My gift this Christmas, be able to afford small gifts for the people I care about for the first time in some years. Small and cheap, but something. Hey, that's, honestly, sometimes like way more thoughtful than some of the big stuff. Like if you got someone a monster truck, it wouldn't really mean much if they didn't know how to drive a monster truck. You don't get the hype? I don't know. Girls really like gay shows. They like to watch gay guys do gay stuff. I think girls might be gay, honestly. It's 3 a.m. Glad I could join a long time. How was your Xmas? It was good, honestly. It was, dude, okay, kind of like interesting. Not interesting. It's like actually really, really sad. I feel bad even talking about it, but there was like, so the previous night on Christmas Eve, it was great. I got to spend it with, my friend, and it was my best friend growing up and his family. We went over there and basically my second parents, hung out with them, drank eggnog, all the good stuff. But like something about, I don't know if it was whatever I drank in the middle of the night when I was trying to fall asleep at my normal, degenerate time, I kept like jolting awake. I was just like, ugh. Like every time I'd start to, go to sleep, it was like something would shake me awake. And there's a name for it. I forget what it's called. But the only time it's ever happened is when I've taken like, say, too much Benadryl or something to, sometimes I would take Benadryl, which is terrible for you, by the way. It gives you Alzheimer's, apparently, allegedly. And take that to pass out, but you take too much and you just like jolt awake, or you take too much melatonin or too much magnesium or whatever, Anyways, that was terrible. So anyways, I couldn't get sleep, but I was supposed to meet my family to go to, a larger family gathering, grandparents, all that kind of stuff. And en route, I was literally Joelting awake. And en route, I was going and, so I'm about an hour late for family Christmas lunch. And I came across a really, really, really terrible car accident. And I wasn't the exactly first one to arrive there, but I was there before like EMS services had arrived. And I could see from a distance like this one car just completely crumpled and schmumpled. And then another car was like smoking. And then I could see people stopped from like who had gotten there before me. And they were like sprinting across the road, like back and forth and stuff. I'm like, holy shit. So like I pull off to the side and call 911, and they said they had already gotten the call. And then as soon as that happened, I see like, or I call my family and be like, hey, there's a, car crash. And this was like the only route to get where we're going. So then they just told me that they're already done with lunch and stuff and packing up, and they'll just meet me at my secondary grandparents' house, which is another location. And so I just went that way. But as I was getting ready to go, there was a ton of emergency service trucks and all that, EMS and all that kind of stuff arriving. But it just looked terrible because you just imagine like, holy fuck, someone got into a car accident on Christmas, which sucks so bad. And then, I think it found out about it later through a Facebook post or something, and it was like pretty fatal from the sounds of things, which was really, really fucking sad. So that's super unfortunate scenario. Hey, Dark Somnium, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. How are my grandparents still alive? Well, they're 150, so probably through vampiric magic somehow. My grandfather's passed away. He passed away in 2020. But my grandmother is still kicking on me mother's side. And she is probably like, I think she turned 90, and she's had quite a few stroke type scenarios. So her, mental is not there and kind of requires like all around the clock care. Thankfully, she had 900 kids, so they can take care of her. And then my other grandparents are doing pretty good. Actually, they're like very tech savvy, which is pretty funny. I even got them in like Amazon Alexa to like interact with their stuff. But their internet is like such dog shit that the update for it took like the entire duration of me visiting them for a few hours. You just like go check in on it and it would gone like 1%. Maternal grandmother's like 93. She'd probably bury us all. Yeah, so I know it's honestly really impressive what my grandmother's been through, and she's still kicking. Doesn't give a motherfuck. Am I not celebrating New Year's? Well, I'm just New Year's is not like as big a deal for me. I mean, I might go have like lunch with family or whatever. I don't know what you eat like pork or some shit with like sauerkraut or something weird. I might go do that with some people, but honestly, I'll probably just be sticking to the work schedule of YouTube and doing a stream New Year's Eve. I think it'll be fun. Honestly, that's more fun to me than like no one has a party. I mean, there's parties, but I mean, I'm fucking 35, bro. Getting drunk sucks. It's like, I mean, I can kind of still do it or whatever, but at this point, it's a little bit embarrassing. And I don't really like I don't really like getting like hungover, stupid drunk, and I've done it enough times to be like, I get sick when I do this. I don't have to drink. Are you crazy? Just hang out with people? I mean, honestly, that probably would be more fun. But I don't know. I get a little obsessive about sticking to my work schedule as far as YouTube goes, because I don't know. It's just like plugged into my brain now, and I can't escape it. I mean, I guess I could stream early like I did for Christmas and then be able to go out. But honestly, I would rather not even be in a scenario in which I like could potentially get like, I would hate to meet somebody. Wouldn't that suck? I don't like drinking because it fucks up my stomach due to your epilepsy Yeah, any alcohol mixture in the medication department is just no-go. Where am I from? I'm new to the stream, so I've never known of. Oh, yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. Alcohol makes you poop. Yeah, I think the next day when you take that like first toxic shit after having a night of drinking, it almost like frees yourself a little bit, from the evil within. But yeah, Christmas was good, and then it was a really bad storm on Friday. Oh no! Then after that, I went and visited my friend who has like 7 kids, and I've known him for like over a decade. He's a little bit older than me. We met him through like medical job. I gotta sneeze. Sorry. Excuse me. And then, dude, it's insane. He's got 7 kids, and I literally knew them since they were all kids, right? And like the oldest is like 21, and then the next one is like 20, and they're like finishing college, right? It's just like really abnormal, because I swear to God, they're probably gonna have like kids before I do. Thank you for the blessings. Have you ever played Black Ops 3? I probably did accidentally somehow, maybe the zombies or something. I missed a donation, really? Oh, I did. Sorry, David. David, thank you for the $1, bro. Appreciate you. Did I miss it? Oh, and $2. Thanks, man. I'm going right to the dollar store after this. I'm buying a grenade. You don't go somewhere to see fireworks, at least you just sit at home. I mean, not all the time. I've had like 34 previously somewhat fun New Year's Eve experiences. You've seen it once, you've seen it twice, and I don't even know. Like, there's not an ounce of excitement that I would have to go to like Manhattan or whatever the fuck and get blown up by some, Islamic terrorists or something. And then also piss my pants in the process because you're stuck in like some big crowd. So I think I'd rather just like come and hang out with you guys. Us cool terminally online folk. I got 1.33 million kids, it's true. I'm responsible for all of your college educations. Amy, thank you for the gifter too. Christy O'Brien, welcome Christy. Thank you, Amy. And Poltergeist, thank you for the buck, bro. Thank you. Chicken enchiladas are heating, will be ready in 10. Let's go, baby. But we're still young and drunk mofos, namely Dad and Unks, just celebrating the new year with caches full of ammo and firecrackers. So what did we go? Go hunting as they usually did. Guy stuff. Hey, that sounds good. Good time. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Click like, click share, click a button, and lock in, because we're going to get spooky. We got restaurant stories for you. Ryan is playing Magic the Gathering, so I'm the only one tonight to say pee-pee. That's okay. That's cool. He likes Magic the Gathering. Does he get together with like friends and stuff? Do you guys play like D&D or anything like that with your friends? If he's into like nerd shit. Would you rather rock and roll at night or read horror stories all night and party every day? I thought I liked the second one, honestly. He loves D&D. Nice, that's awesome. Does he have like a favorite character? Did he make you make a character? I always stay home around the holidays as a retired charge nurse. I've seen too many broken bodies. Yeah, you've seen it. You got the vibe. Poltergeist, thank you for the gifter to Maddie. Welcome, Maddie. You now have access to bonus content. A character against your will. I gotta hear about this one. Didn't Nigeria or U.S. bomb Nigeria on Christmas Day? I do believe so, yeah. There was like some narrative about like freeing Christians or something, but from what I saw some other Instagram reel that was saying that it was like essentially preparing a pipeline to go through that area, which is always the case, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there was ever a single politician that actually gives a shit about anything you hear on the news where it's like a military action was used for a quote-unquote like moralistic purpose or whatever the fuck. That's just impossible, right? Like, it would actually be irresponsible to just go like blow people up in the name of helping people or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be money to be made, and what else is the military good for other than fucking private security for oil drilling? Come on, let's get real. Hey Joe, I'm sure you talked about this on previous What are your thoughts on 3i Atlas? Do you think it's just a comment or something else? I mean, as far as I looked into it, it seemed like it was just a comment, but then other people think it's maybe alien spaceship trying to cause the sun to launch a coronal mass ejection onto Earth to knock out all of our electronics so that it can cause chaos and then they can invade. Which, if that's the case, rut-row, right? Man, I sneeze one time and then it just makes me have like an antihistamine freaking snort. When I was around 18, myself and my now husband went out to a fancy restaurant for dinner. We live in a small rural town, so the restaurant was one of those which is out in the middle of nowhere and pretty exclusive. Now, this was many years ago, and my husband's father was kind of somebody in our small town, so we managed to get a booking. Now, we turned up at around 8 and were seated, and as an 18-year-old girl who grew up poor, I felt like a darn celebrity. As the restaurant was filled with other diners, mostly middle-aged, upper-class folks who definitely looked like they belonged there. And I felt a bit like a fish out of water, but I guess this is why I was so relieved when the couple seated beside us struck up a conversation. They were clearly rich and well-to-do. The one was one of those glamorous old women who look like they're the murderous widow in some drama, and the husband, though, he clearly had done pretty well for himself and clearly enjoyed doing well for himself. His fingers were very swollen and his nose was red with these sort of burst blood vessels, and he had a very well-groomed and well-trimmed white beard and this balding head, but there were nicotine stains on his teeth and facial hair that I could see, and this was back in the days before teeth whitening made every rich person look like they had immaculate dental hygiene. I don't remember what we chatted about, and frankly, I didn't care. It was pleasant and fun, though, and they made us feel extremely welcome. Well, they made me feel welcome anyway. My husband was more used to attending higher-class restaurants like this with his family. And speaking of my husband, he stepped outside for a cigarette break. You could smoke inside restaurants back then, but we always opted to sit in the no-smoking section because even back when it was pretty disgusting to eat your dinner surrounded by others, people... Oh, okay. David, thank you for the $2.79 Canadian, my friend. Appreciate you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Joel. Let's read. Hello, hello. With a big feathery glittery robe and a third husband who used to be a pool boy. Of course, of course. I once burst a blood vessel on the side of my nose from laughing so hard. Really? Just like scrunching up? What's up with gold and silver? I don't know, I saw something where the people are treating it more like a meme coin right now, and as far as their investing goes, and I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like necessarily volatile, but it's certainly blowing up quite quickly. And which is abstract for gold and silver, right? Which I don't know if that just means that most people have just completely lost faith in like the dollar. Maybe that's a bad indication of the economy as a whole. I don't really know. Who knows, man? Used to be able to smoke on planes. I do believe so, yeah. Sadly, before I was alive. You could smoke inside restaurants back then, but we always opted to sit in the no-smoking section, because even back then it was pretty disgusting to eat your dinner surrounded by other people's secondhand smoke. My husband would typically spend about 10 minutes on a cigarette break before a meal, as he'd have a couple beforehand so he could go until after dessert for the next one. Food used to take between 30 minutes to an hour to arrive from the kitchen back then, and it was considered totally normal to wait for your meal for that long, so this was his first cigarette break. Now, a minute or so after my husband stepped outside, this rich wife excused herself to powder her nose, and I just sat there sort of playing with my cutlery and giving the rich husband a polite smile every now and then because I couldn't help notice that he was kind of looking at me a lot. And then the rich husband looked around the restaurant, leaned across the table towards me and whispered, "I love you." And then he sat back in his seat and loudly began to talk about how great this place was and said hi to another nearby group who were dining that he clearly knew. And it was so bizarre, and I almost wondered if I'd actually misheard it. I looked over my shoulder and saw my husband outside smoking, and I tried to catch his eye. Nothing doing there. Now the wife still wasn't back from the bathroom yet, and this husband took a sip of wine which stained his teeth red, and then he leaned towards me again and whispered, "I love you," and then went back to acting normally. His wife returned from the bathroom, my husband returned from his smoke break. 3 more times that evening I ended up alone with this rich husband. At no point did I manage to end up alone with my husband to tell him what was going on, though. I was alone with the rich wife at one point, but she was engaged in conversation with a group of old ladies 2 tables over, and on top of that, I just felt too nervous to bring it up with her. Remember, I was literally just 18. I grew up poor, and I was surrounded by people who I could easily imagine eating someone like me just for the thrill of it. And the next time I was alone with that rich husband, he did the same thing 3 more times. Leaned in and whispered, "I love you," and then sat back with a sort of satisfied smile on his face. Now, the second time, there were two I loves yous. I loves yous. David, thank you again. What's up, Iris? I love you to a stranger is wild. Honestly, sometimes you just gotta get it out. Just gotta let them know. Alex, welcome back for 54 months. Yo, had a wonderful holiday. Lots of love. Have a fantastic stream. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for 54 freaking months. That's a long time. Thank you. I also make true horror story videos. Anyone to visit me? Dusk Nightmare. Can we listen to you? If we find out that you are an AI voice, we will go bananas. Here we go. 20.2k subscribers. That's pretty solid. Story 1 by Lena.
I first heard my name on a night when the wind should have been loud enough to drown everything else out. Yet you always were stubborn, it said.
Alright, anyways. How'd you get... I don't know. I don't know, at this point I feel like people should, if they're gonna do narration stuff, they should just like not even attempt to use AI voice, because it's just like, it's just too obvious, you know what I mean? Pretty Waffle, welcome to the Butter Sock Cult. You now have access to bonus content. When I told you my first gun, a long-range shotgun, I forgot what, but I remember what type it was. But what I shouldn't have been more focused on is not putting your face next to the barrel, especially. Who are you talking about? AI in the creative space is seen as mostly negative, and I get it. Well, yeah, I mean, especially if it stinks. Like, some of the craziest AI shit I've seen is where it's like photorealistic hypothetical animals almost moving like a, you know, nature documentary, and it's like creatures that look literally like real life animals, right? And you can't, I mean, you can tell it's AI just based on the fact it's like some mythological being, but they move so realistically based on whatever mixture of AI tech that they use that it's just, I don't know, it blows my mind. I'm like, how the fuck is this CGI in and of itself better than like Avatar? FKTP1YZ. Dang, I wish the usernames would show up. Like, why does YouTube do this to people? Welcome to the Buttersock Cult. You now have access to bonus content, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Sometimes the bears do karate. You don't know that. The ones in Russia. What's up, Salad? How you doing? Long time no see. Mon Bleu. We have everything we need. What is the end game if not for the rich to kill creativity? You know, it's a good point. I mean, like, if you really think about AI, the long game for it is probably obviously to, well, one, not really require the human as much anymore for most things, I guess. I mean, that's the tentative plan. But then on top of that, most people who rely upon AI to just like do and think, there's certain parts of their brain that will start to atrophy over time, and then their sort of logical thinking processes begin to be, you know, become less if they're not already fucking brain rotted, right? And then on top of that, if you search something using like just AI as your thing, rather than, at least with Google, you could go back like 13 pages and come across like maybe a source that was not otherwise curated, if you had the patience, I guess, to look. But now with AI, like, especially with like limited answers that you could get, unless you can figure out how to like jailbreak it, you're only ever going to get like a curated perspective. Hey Cindy, what's up? Haven't hit a live in a while, but great news. I'm finally in my own apartment away from the Devil Spawn. Let's go. Devil Spawn down. The second time, there were 2 I love yous and 1 I really love you. Now I was bracing myself for things to start turning weirder. You could tell from the way he was looking me up and down that pure romantic love was not exactly what he meant by his words. And the third time it was, I love you, and then I really love you, and then glancing around the restaurant to check nobody was looking. He directed his, and thus my, gaze to the tabletop at his waist. He directed his, and thus my, gaze to the tabletop at his waist. And I couldn't see anything, obviously, but the way the tablecloth was bunched up, and the way his arm had disappeared beneath the table, he was definitely giving the impression that he was squeezing himself down there. And then he leaned across, and in the most weird and creepy whisper yet, he said it again. I love you. And then conveniently, his wife got back to the table, and he started telling her about something that had happened at the office that he'd forgotten to tell her about, but absolutely positively had to share with her. And I just felt frozen, sick, and scared. I had no idea what to do. And of course, I had unpleasant experiences with men before as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed teenage girl, but you kind of expected to avoid that type of thing in this very high-end restaurant when your partner and his wife were so present. And to top it all off, I felt way too concerned about embarrassing my husband to be in front of his people. He knew some of the other diners, if not the couple themselves. I used Gemini yesterday to find a specific video and was able to describe exactly what had happened in the video, but kept giving me the wrong titles or people who posted it over and over. It's dumb. Yeah, it's genuinely frustrating. I hope they don't completely phase out basic search engines or whatever and stuff. Remind me to tell you guys a story that happened yesterday that's makes me feel terrible, but it's also pretty funny. Well, remind me at the end of the story. He knew some of the other diners, if not this couple themselves, and other than the weird I loves yous, what the fuck is wrong with me? I see the S at the end of yous and it just confuses my brain. He knew some of the other... Oh my god. He knew some of the other diners, if not this couple themselves, and other than the weird I loves you, I love... What the fuck? Why is that hard to say? I love yous. I love you. The Christmas caroling got me. Although I loved yous. He knew some of the other diners, if not this couple themselves, and other... Fuck, I'm gonna get tongue-tied on this whole fucking stupid... I'm gonna start digging around my butt, twin. Hey, twin, start digging in your butt. Just looked at YouTube recapping, you're my second most watched channel. Rip Shy was number 1. Who's Rip Shy? Do they just rip silent but deadly farts? Just get people's reactions. Okay, here we go. He knew some of the other diners, if not this couple themselves, and other than the weird I love yous, the conversation with the couple had been entirely pleasant and, dare I say, even enjoyable. I would have happily befriended them if not for this creepy weirdness that was coming out of the guy. And as it happened, and at the time I believed it to be a coincidence, we finished our meal at the same time as the older couple, both paid at the same time, and both made to leave at once. My husband paid on his credit card, but the rich wife was the one to handle their bill. The rich husband sort of sidled up next to me and I sort of froze, terrified of what he was going to say next. And instead of anything lewd, he simply said it would be absolutely charming to meet myself and my partner, and perhaps we could officially choke on my own spit. Fuck. Aloha from Lincoln, England. Let's go. Aloha, bro. Mahalo. Never seen a rich couple have the woman pay. Yeah, I think maybe the woman was paying so he could get like a jump start on them here or something. Instead of saying anything lewd, he just simply said it would be absolutely charming to meet myself and my partner, and perhaps we could officially dine together at some point. And then he gave me his business card. And yes, it was one of those sort of Patrick Bateman. And then he gave me his business card. And yes, it was one that Patrick Bateman would have scoffed at, in case you're wondering. But the point is, not only did he give me his business card, but it had his home telephone number on it. The rich husband and rich wife sort of walked us to our car, and as I climbed into the passenger seat, he said, "Remember what I told you?" And when my husband looked at him sort of confused, he said that he suggested that we all dine out together again, and I had their card. But I know that's not what he meant, though. I knew that he meant the I love yous. And so that was my creepy first encounter with rich people going. Evening, mate. Evening. My favorite ASMR is the roleplay kind that is so unhinged for no reason, so it's so creative and so cinematic. These people go really all out. I know, ASMR is kind of... It used to be you could just like make one where you were like farting into a pile of slime. Now you kind of gotta go all out with it. You used to be able to just like get off on your lunch break at work and eat a burrito, and that was your ASMR channel. Now you gotta actually try. Hey girl veteran, what's up? Yeah, I'm kind of like an in-between ASMR channel, I feel like. Perhaps the missing link. So that was my creepy first encounter where rich people go to dine. Was it really scary? Well, not yet, but believe it or not, this was the prelude. On the drive home, I told my husband to be everything, and he's a very calm and peaceful and spiritual man, but back when we were both 18, he's just 3 months older than me, he was sort of, let's just say, pretty hot-headed and protective. He is a very calm and peaceful and spiritual man, but back when we were both 18, as he's just 3 months older than me, he was, well, let's just say pretty hot-headed and protective of me in a way that verged on jealousy. And now he was so angry that he almost steered the car off the road. But I made him swear to keep him calm and listen to me, and promised that he wouldn't turn that car around or pull in and wait for the couple to pass so he could chase them down or anything stupid like that. And to his credit, he agreed with me. And then I got to the final bit, and I told him that I had the guy's business card. Now he smiled quietly, and then when we got home, he asked me to give him the business card. And I lived with him at his mom and stepdad's house for reasons I won't go into. They were pretty bohemian about it since we were technically together before marriage. And I gave him the card after he swore me 2 things. 1, that he wouldn't do anything for a few days until we had time to think about it, and 2, he wouldn't just go around to their house, which we discovered was almost this sort of stately home. And when we swore to both, I gave him the business card. And what my husband did should have been the perfect revenge. It should have absolutely effed things up for the rich husband and revealed him for the weirdo that he is. But it didn't, and that's what creeps me out the most. What my husband did was call up the number and ask to speak to the rich wife, and it was her that he confronted. He told her all about her husband's harassment of me, and he may have embellished a little even because screw it, but he made it very clear that her husband had been trying to behave creepily towards me and hinted that I should contact him for some kind of encounter. Now, I was listening in on the other line, and that's how landlines... God, my fucking face is itching like crazy. It's so weird when you think to yourself, like, you don't have to scratch an itch on your face, and it just gets worse and worse. Can your screensaver be changed to doing jumping jacks? Probably. Could figure something out. Girl Veteran, welcome back for 34 months. What's up, Buttersalt Call? Can't believe I've been a member this long. Time flies when you're having fun. This is true. Thank you, friend. Thank you for the 34 months. Hey, Blackner, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, probably a swinger crew. I went back, landing on my ass hard, staring starry-eyed skyward, stupefied and dumbstruck, when one of my unks went over to check on me. He froze and laughed. I sat up, and soon Dad and Co. next. What are you talking about? Erilyn Blackner, welcome to the Buttersalt Call. You now have access to bonus content. Thank you. Just had to remind you of something. Oh yeah, I'm not done yet. We're almost, well, I don't know how long this story actually, no way. Dude, this story I feel like should be over already. No, okay, Christ, yeah, it is almost over. Never mind. Adam's apple reveal. All I have is an Adam's apricot. An Adam's peach. I once was approached to get recruited to be poly. I was like, no, gracias. Yeah, you were like, do I look that greasy to join your poly? I feel like any crew that's ever polyamorous is always, just, I don't know. It looks like they were dipped in a pile of pig fat, you know? I was listening in on the other line, as that's how landlines work that days. What do you use to read your stories? What do I use? Oh, the microphone. The one you're hearing me through right now is a Neumann TLM 103, and then the recording for the videos, which is stacked on this mic right now, is an H4n Pro. Why even be married or committed then? Well, that's the thing, is like, not everyone on Earth shares the same philosophy towards what it means to pair bond with another human being, right? Like, some people from a young age are under the interpretation that when one marries, that they will be, you know, sexually mutually exclusive with each other for life. And, you know, I think most people who are in those are probably the most happiest because it's more of a philosophical concept. But then there are some people who just want to be as sexually free as humanly possible, and you know, they can do that. But I don't know to what ends it results in anything other than jealousy, really, right? Going through a very bad breakup relationship of 8 years, almost at rock bottom in life, and your live streams are helping me pull through. You are doing amazing work. Thank you. You're welcome, Pizza. Good to see you. I'm sorry about all that, but time to hit the gym. Time to lock in, baby. It's a new chapter. Can barely handle one person. I have one. Can't imagine more than one. Well, you see those memes where it's like, I'm going to join a polyamorous couple and then I'm gonna oust the ugly one or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's always someone who's gonna come in and try to like alpha male or alpha female their way to the tippity top to get, you know, maintain central attention from the other partner. And yeah, sex dolls will replace poly. Just be a whole brothel of sex dolls. Blow up doll brothel. Do I think I deserve love? Yeah, probably. You don't even know how many ways you are helping people. Thank you so much again. You're welcome. Thank you. Sex and love are not the same. You can love your primary partner and enjoy sex with others. Key is communication and boundaries. Well, sometimes that works with some people, sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes perception of love for some people is that you are totally in it with them. And it might be a spiritual perspective in some ways. It might just be a hormonal thing, Joel's in a polyamorous relationship with all of us in the Buttersock cult. This is true. We got to keep an open mind. It's not good, though, when you make eggnog with only eggs. It's just like a pile of eggs, swirled together and like a little bit of vodka. Not good. Not good, folks. I did not feel good. Making scrambled eggs with alcohol. I did the whole poly thing for a while. It was manic, and it was a poor choice. Yeah. Well, what did you feel? Like, what was the poor choice about it, just from your anecdotal experience? What's the point of even having a cult if you're not making the rounds through your better looking followers? Good point. We're gonna do Shark Tank soon. We are Charlie Kirk. You ever seen King Kong, Peter Jackson movie? I have. Yeah, I like that one, honestly, because I don't know. I just like it. I like the pacing of King Kong. I like how long it is. I like that Jurassic Park 2 kind of followed exactly along with the King Kong. I don't know. I remember Jurassic Park 2. I was so surprised when it felt like there was a whole second part of that movie. When they went to San Francisco and ate that guy who was in front of the Blockbuster. For one, we're not dead. I don't know. Haven't you heard that song? We are Charlie Kirk. Are you going to make a podcast for your Saturn Souls channel? So that audio, all the true crime from Saturn Soul already exists in podcast form on Let's Read. It's just that those stories that are true crime have been turned into videos for YouPoop. Actually, how is Saturn Soul doing? Anything good? Anything cool happened since Sometimes you just tune into the channel and like one video has like 100 million views out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, so let's see. Nothing has popped off in a bit, which is fine. I don't. Actually, yeah, the Stockholm Syndrome one got to 151K. I don't know. It just like happens randomly. It's like one video just sort of like algorithmically gets found. I don't know, it's so random. Rub fecal matter on all doorknobs 2026. Hashtag. I'll do my best. What if you just stuck your whole butthole around it and just whatever poop was left in there just stayed? The damn shotgun gazed my right eyebrow is practically missing a brow. It's so weird. Sometimes people leave messages, and I can tell this is the one someone mentioned about shotgun stuff earlier, but it's like people's live streams or messages get caught in some like time loop, and then it's almost like we're like catching bits and pieces of them throughout our whole life, but for them it's just one instance. And then I was doing this, and then they get pulled back through the portal. And then I was doing it when somebody grabbed me. Did I watch 2004 King Kong again a week ago? I like that first 45 minutes, but I still don't understand the movie at all. You don't understand King Kong? Kring Krong? We are Charlie Kirk. I was listening in on the other line, as that's how landlines work those days, and I was completely chilled when I heard the rich wife start laughing in a very cold and callous way. Now, my husband-to-be kept on ranting about how uncomfortable the creepy old dude had made me, and maybe she wasn't grasping the fact that he intended to cheat on her. And this rich wife said something like, "Are you finished?" He only told her that he loved her. Gareth can be a bit much sometimes, she says. And then it hit me. Pretty much every time I'd been alone with that rich husband, my own husband had left first, and then rich wife had found an excuse to take an extended break from the table and always ensured that I was alone with her husband. Then she said one final thing that I'll never forget, which creeped me out more than any way rich husband, aka this Gareth, had made me feel. She said to my husband that maybe he should stop taking things so seriously and take them up on their offer of dinner today, and that she was sure a couple of our means would appreciate being able to dine with the likes of them, and we both looked like our company could help rejuvenate their marriage. Now, there was no doubt about it then. They were goddamn predatory swingers, maybe worse, who thought that we were just some young poor couple spending what little we had at some swanky restaurant. And my husband had a tendency to dress down because he had the whole embarrassed rich kid thing, so it made some sense. And so my husband, keeping calm, said thank you for the invite, and maybe he'd check in with his father because perhaps he was familiar and maybe we could all dine together as a family. And as soon as rich wife heard my husband's father's name, she responded very rudely. I did a nice big wine poo yesterday. I was thinking about gorilla tossing it out the window in my neighbor's garden, but I had to just put moisturizer in my hands, so I chose not to. You took a shit and a brief moment, you thought, you know what I should do? I should pick it up out of the toilet and throw it at my neighbor's yard. Just a thought, just poop for thought. Do you think yogurt or popsicles work better to ease heartburn? Probably yogurt, but I mean, like, it's not like the issue is the acidity, right? So it's like both of those are probably going to release some degree of bicarbonate within your system, which is going to like just make your heartburn worse. No, you probably want to, like, before you eat anything, do like the 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and like water, just to like help increase the acidity of your stomach acid to break down food. We are Charlie Kirk. Hashtag jerk for Kirk. Alright. Isn't it kind of funny, like, just how unserious we are as, like, just human beings in general? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, I just remember, like, the stream whenever we were talking very seriously about, like, Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck. And then within the span of, like, a month, we're like, hashtag jerk for Kirk. It's just, like, at this point, you can just, like, you might as well, like, not take anything fucking seriously in life, because within, like, a day and a half, it's just going to get memed on. As soon as Rich Wife had heard my husband's father's name, she responded rather quickly that maybe we'd have to see, but perhaps it was best that we took a rain check, and then she hung up. And that was just about the one time when my husband was actually to use his birth father's reputation in our small town to scare this pair of creeps. And you can probably imagine the type of rich character my father-in-law was, given that the very mention of his name caused a pair of very creepy, probably even murderous swingers to back off in fear. But that, my friends, is a very much different story. I don't know. I guess that's really just with anything. There's like a brief period of time, and maybe not even that, where like the internet does its mourning towards like something, and then within like usually 24 hours, it's like right to the dark jokes. You got tequila and pizza? Bro, you were asking for heartburn. You were asking for a tummy ache. Don't forget to tell a story what happened to you yesterday. Okay, yeah, So my buddy, who's like my brother, pretty much, he has 2 daughters, and I went over to give them their gifts, and his dogs as well. And when I got there, they were like, we've got freaking season passes for like this indoor, bounce place or trampoline type situation, which I'd never been to before. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, baby. And so we went, and it was fun, but it was just one of those situations where it's like fun, but clearly like pretty dangerous. You know what I mean? You had to travel a little while to get there, but then when you're there, it's like there's trampolines, but there's not enough like soft areas to land if you were to not land on the trampoline. Like it's pretty much just like hard plastic floor. And I bounced some kids straight into oblivion. And there was also some foam pits in which, like, if you ever done those where you can do like front flips into it and shit and see what, I am like lucky that I'm not morbidly obese, because I am just under the interpretation that when you're in there, it's like you can't get any sort of fucking leverage to get your ass out, and it really requires like a degree of core strength to eventually reorient yourself and get the fuck out of there. It's pretty much like a quicksand trap for little kids, and I can only assume that there's like the corpses of many children at the bottom. But anyways, as I'm pretty much like designated babysitter during that process, because my buddy's like, I'm not fucking jumping. And so I'm just like following them around doing whatever they want to do. And then, at one point, there were like, we're in that pit, and there's this one little like shithead kid who just like was, there's always just like one shithead kid, maybe multiple, that are just like trying to cause trouble for everyone else by like jumping on them or just being generally annoying or whatever, just for the sake of being annoying. Hey, menopause sucks, thank you for the 3. But anyways, this one kid was just being annoying, jumping when he shouldn't have, getting in the way of people jumping on top of them, etc., etc., essentially building up their karmic retribution over time. And as we're like, couple, maybe an hour later, maybe a half hour later, I look over towards the exit. I'm just kind of like casually walking by, and you can see where there's like cubbies and an exit, and the exit has this like these sliding glass doors, automatic sliding glass doors that just open when people walk by, motion detection. And so bad, I shouldn't fucking laugh, but that same shithead kid, I just like catch it at the exact fucking right moment. He goes to walk through it, but the door is like closing as he's walking, so it closes. It doesn't like detect him, I guess, because he's smaller, and it closes right as the moment he's walking towards it, and so it closes like directly into his like nose and face, and he just smashes his face as hard as fucking possible into this automatic door. And I was just like, ugh. And my immediate response is I should do something, but at the same time, thankfully, it's like his parents are down there taking care of it. But it was like that type of like, you just got, as a little kid, you get hit so fucking hard with something. Like, even as an adult, it might bring a tear to my fucking eye, but it looked so fucking painful. Like, it's not like he passed out or fell down or actually got hurt or anything, but it looked like that type of shocking pain where like you as a kid normally would burst into tears if you were conscious enough to do it. But in that moment, it was just one of those sort of like getting hit in the nose where you don't even know what to fucking say. You're just like, and then it fucking, comes out crying, and then the parents come get him and stuff. But I'd be lying if there wasn't just a little part of me that was like, fuck you. But, it's a learning experience for all of us out there. Okay, maybe I pushed him into the door. Big deal. I pushed him with my psychic powers. I closed the door at that exact moment. Hey, there's Beth. What's up, Beth? Yeah, you really don't learn about reality as a kid until something smacks you in the fucking nose. Like the sensation of getting hit directly in the face, in the nose, and feeling all of that like blood rush into your sinuses in that moment it's a very sobering experience. A few years ago, after I'd left college and wasn't really ready to become an actual career adult yet, how do I fuck that up? I just become like a wild person out of nowhere. Just having a delayed Christmas, hanging out and chilling. Hope everyone had a great Christmas holiday. Thank you, Beth. Yeah, did you get any good gifties? You're tempted to buy fireworks this New Year? Yeah, do they sell? Like, is that hard to come across? Is it like illegal or something? Dude, I don't know what it is, but Instagram, have you guys noticed this? Instagram started showing just like random fucking violent videos again. Like, as soon as you open up the app, Instagram is just like, here's a kid holding fucking fireworks and blows his fingers off and then just screams as he's walking away. Because like fireworks are just one, it's a chemical fucking reaction. And then just like out of nowhere, you think like it's going to shoot him in the air, like whippy, yippee, China, But then, something occurs where it just like absolutely obliterates your middle finger and ring finger all at one go. But Jesus Christ, I opened up Instagram and it immediately like went to that, to the point where you don't even know, you're so used to seeing like funny videos that you think that it couldn't possibly show you a person getting like sucked into a lathe in a factory. But alas, that's now permanently stained into my cerebellum. Sitar. Thank you for the gifter to Amber Lamb. Thank you, Sitar. I don't have Instagram, but thanks for the heads up. I don't know, I hear it's like really not much better on like Twitter and freaking TikTok. I heard TikTok had a lot of like violent shit too. Reddit 2.0. Is Instagram Reddit 2.0? Because I feel like the culture in the comments in Instagram is like way better, or not way better, way different rather than Reddit. The only good thing about Reddit is that you get like long thought out responses to stuff. But then Instagram, I swear to God, like there's just not enough like attention span within that community, because even the interesting topics that you stumble across in the 1-minute videos on Instagram and all of their shorts, it's just like not enough to actually pick up on what the topic is even about. And then the comments are just always like, truth 100, or like it'll be some stupid fucking thing like a dart hitting a target and indicating like, you're on the target, you are on the target, sir. Have you seen the shitty, disgusting gloving thing? I don't know what that is. Is it Glover? I never understand why the general public want to handle fireworks. It's safer, cheaper, and more spectacular to let professionals handle it. I mean, I think most people just kind of like truth 100. I think most people kind of like expect the ones that you're allowed to handle to not explode in your palm. But it's just definitively not worth your time to even like fuck around with them, especially like, I remember growing up watching my cousins like just casually throwing those like M80s, those like mini dynamite sticks around. They would just play with M80s all the time everywhere they went. They just had M80s. And as a kid, my mom would not let me fucking participate because she just knew I was gonna blow fucking something off. Thankfully, no cousin ever lost anything, but it's just at any moment wanted like some weird process could occur where like the fuse would just like hit all the shit inside and just explode you. That we're bringing back rave gloving, not whatever the fuck is going. Oh, those like little finger, yeah, I've seen that. I see those a lot, but more as like a meme, I have a cousin who lost an eye from playing with fireworks kids. Yeah, it's fucked. I remember like a kid in my school, like his whole ass like hand was just like scar tissue from, I don't even know what happened. It was just like the firework like shot onto his like, oh yeah, it was like gunpowder from it got onto his hand and then caught fire and was just like just turned him into Quasimodo. I think you should try history narration, like something sort of Fall of Civilization podcast. Your voice would really suit it. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I had Twist of History for a while. If you want to look that up, that's on podcast, but it was only 20 episodes. What's my favorite meal this Christmas? Honestly, I didn't really have like a solid Christmas meal. I was like kind of bouncing around everywhere. And then the second grandparents that I went to, since I missed the first, didn't really have anything prepared because they thought everybody was eating at the other place. So, but my one friend's daughter made these delicious like chocolate. It was basically a cookies and cream like cheesecake things dipped in chocolate, and I must have had like 15,000 of those. My bro had a heap in his pocket until they exploded. Oh, that's terrifying. Should make a mango float. It does sound pretty good. A few years ago, after I'd left college and wasn't really ready to become a career adult yet, I took a job working as a fry cook at a local fast food restaurant. It wasn't a chain restaurant, it was one of those where the signage and font try and make it look like it's KFC or something, but it obviously isn't. And everything from the hygiene to the menu to the prices make it clear that it's knockoff, and people freaking love these places. Fried chicken and fries for $1 cheaper than KFC? Hell yeah, sign me up. And so it was actually rewarding work. I didn't get paid much, but I was pushing my body to the limit while at the same time I was doing a long-term master's degree, so it felt like a really productive member of society, you know? And I don't know why I'm justifying all of this to you. And if you want to spend your entire damn life working fast food, more power to you. The world would be an inferior place if we couldn't just go to our local McDaniel's or Arkansas Fried Chicken or Out and About Burger or, you know, the official ones. Now anyways, the point is, I'm not really sure how the hygiene and waste disposal and official things work in the big brand franchise restaurants. What I do know is that at the little local-owned store that I worked at, which I'm just going to call Bugger Kong, things worked in a very certain way. And one of those ways was we had a big metal oil drum out back where we'd dump the used oil from the fryer when it was time to change it. And then we just kind of left the barrel alone until it got full enough to get one of the guys to haul it to God knows wherever it was that they disposed of a big old barrel of vegetable oil. Now I should also mention that while the barrel had a lid, it was kind of just placed on there. Just enough so it didn't fill the barrel with rain and cause us to have to take. Do you keep your tater tots in your pockets? Always, bro. But Joel, why do you prefer to date men? Because they're so hairy and gross. I should also mention that while the barrel had a lid, it was kind of just placed on there. Just enough so it didn't fill the barrel with rain and cause us to have to take disposal trips early. But if someone had wanted to go into the barrel, then they could pretty easily. But why the heck would anyone want to go into a barrel of used dirty cooking oil? It's not like there was any good reason to keep it under lock and key, right? It was out back, in the chain fenced-off area with the dumpsters and all other types of gross crap. And so I was general chick who doesn't want it... What the fuck is this saying? So I was the... Girl veteran, thank you for the buck. Appreciate you. What's up, Gabby? I hope Joel doesn't have a list because I'd just be put on it like Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison. Yeah, I'm putting on my lipstick as you said that. Adding you to the tippity top.
The number one person I'm actually really pissed at. I'm actually really pissed. I don't say this too often. I normally say I'm PO'd. But today I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say a bad word. It's the P word. Pissed.
Go veteran, thank you for the $2 arenas. All sorts of numbers.
Pissed. Pissed off, I'm pissed. Better to be pissed off than pissed on. We bombed Nigeria. So I was General Chick Who Does Whatever Needs Doing as my official title. Go-To Georgie, they called me, because, well, my name's Georgia, and people would come to me whenever some crap needed doing. Short of staff on the front counter, ask Georgie. Need puke mopped up from the bathroom in the tiny... Need puke mopped up from the floor in the tiny seating area? Yep, me. But my main job there, which I was damn good at for what the job entailed, was fry cook. I flipped a burger meaner than a dad with a midlife crisis and a kiss the cook apron on, and I had more than one customer, always middle-aged men, who liked the cut of my uniform. I mean jib, telling me that they like... What the fuck is this saying, dude? I can't follow their jokes. What's my New Year's resolutions? I think probably to get as fat as shit and die. Are you drinking skim milk because you think you're fat?
Because you're not. You could totally have 2% if you wanted to.
No, I'm drinking it for bulking purposes. Gee Wills with the 2 bucks. Thank you. Leftover kale salad because you hate yourself. Ugh. Eesh. Have you seen Avatar? The new one? I have not, no. I don't think I will, honestly. Like, I don't know. I mean, is it good? Has anyone seen it? Because I sort of did not pay attention to the second one, of which I really didn't care because it was like, what, over a day? Wasn't it over? Okay. 2008, I think Avatar 1 came out, right? Because it was 3D, and they acted like 3D was some big fucking deal whenever they had 3D back in like the 80s, right? Like, who gives a shit? And it always looks terrible. And then, 2008 to 24? So Jesus Christ, like 16 years later or whatever? Another movie that you just like have no concept of? And then there's just like a weird white dude with dreads? Like, what the fuck are we looking at? I mean, the water looked cool, the water effects, but then now we're on to the next one. I don't even know what the fucking story's about. I know, Titanic 2 should have been something he focused on. How the fuck was James Cameron? Well, like, what was he doing? Why was that genuinely something that he wanted to work on for, like, the majority of his life? At least James Cameron can build a sub that doesn't implode. Yeah, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. You hated Avatar? Was it the new one? It almost made me inspired to be an arsonist and burn the screen. I'll probably be the same, honestly. It'd be one of those things where you walk out of the theater and they're like, why are you walking out of the theater? And it's not even because you're like mad at the movie. It's just that you're like so bored that you would rather just go scroll on your phone and lay in bed at home. You just want to watch the movie on YouTube Shorts instead. Because you're just so brain rotted, you can't even handle it. Cameron was married to the mom of the kid Terminator was coming after. Sarah Connor. What's the email? Some crazy lore about my World War II aircraft hangar I worked in. Yeah, let's read submissions@gmail.com. It is linked in every video too if you need to find it there. There's no good movies coming out. Dude, okay. Have you guys seen No Country for Old Men? That came out in 2007, right? It's considered like a classic. Movies that came out in 2007. Okay. So back then, bro, No Country for Old Men was kind of considered like a no who gives a shit type scenario. But it's like, what did we have? 2007, we had Spider-Man 3, Shrek the Third, Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean, At World End, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I Am Legend, The Bourne Ultimatum, National Treasure, Book of Secrets, Alvin and the Chipmunks, one of the greats, and 300. Let's see, we got Codename the Cleaner, Freedom Writers, Happily Ever... Okay, these are dog shit, but Alpha Dog, Arthur and the Invisibles, Donut, Primeval, Stomp the Yard. Oh my god, I saw Stomp the Yard, it was so bad. Alone with Her, The Hitcher, Blood and Chocolate, Catch and Release, Epic Movies, Seraphim Falls, Smokin' Aces, Because I Said So, Factory Girl, The Messenger, Situation, Cinderella 3, A Twist of Time, Hannibal Rising, Norbit, obviously a classic, Sierra Steiner, Welcome to the Buttersaw Cult, you know, have access to bonus content, Pumpkinhead Blood Feud, obviously amazing, Daddy's Little Girls, Music and Lyrics, Starter for 10, Breach, Bridge, oh my god, that's when Bridge to Terabithia came out, one of the worst movies of all time. Mainly because the little girl just dies randomly and was like, okay. The Number 23, kind of good. Reno 911, Miami, Black Snake Moan, Wild Hogs, probably top 10 movie of all time. Zodiac, 300. Actually, I love 300. The Namesake, Miss Potter, Life Support, One More Hit, Dead Silence. I Think I Love, Premonition, The Hills Have Eyes 2, The Last Mimsy, Pride, Reign Over Me, Shooter, Blades of Glory. That's kind of like when Will Ferrell started going downhill. The Lookout, Meet the Robinsons. All right, the point is, maybe 2007 wasn't that great, but I feel like No Country for Old Men kind of fell behind a lot of other films because, I don't know. It's just one of those, like, there was a lot of those, like, serious movies back in the day that you just, like, didn't even think about. And now to come across a movie like that is almost like a complete and utter impossibility. It was back when picking your boogers was cool. 28 Weeks Later came out then too. That's crazy. There was a lot of movies in 2007, bro. I don't even know if we get movies. I feel like we're at like 60 plus movies already, and it's only June on this list. I don't even know if we get that many movies in a year in America nowadays. Yeah, it's weird. It's like No Country for Old Men is kind of a slow burn, but if you're really one of those like movie snobs who kind of just like look at everything deeply, it's some of the best you can probably come across, honestly. What did I have for dinner? Honestly, I just ate cookies. And Pradeep ate cookies too. He's good, but he's sick from the cookies. The tariffs are about to hit the U.S. as most everything is done overseas for post-production. What can we expect? Rising prices. Jazzy, thank you. Appreciate you listening. Okay, where the fuck am I in this story? So I was General Chick of... here we go. I flipped a burger meaner than a dad with a midlife crisis and a kick the cook. I flipped a burger meaner than a dad with a midlife crisis and a kiss the cook apron on, and I had more than one customer, always middle-aged men who liked the cut of my uniform, jib, tell me that they liked coming in best when I was on the grill. And yeah, look, I was a sassy, fairly hot post-grad working in a grungy fast food restaurant. I've seen Kevin Smith movies, and I know it makes me look cool to play up to this. Sue me. And if you want to picture me, at least back then, I looked a bit like that chick who's the singer of Linkin Park now, but in my early 20s, with more piercings and a singing voice that'd make your ears bleed. And I know none of this is massively relevant, but I want you to have the perfect picture of the scene just so it makes sense when I perfectly, in minute and explicit detail, describe the visuals of what happened that day. You'll thank me, trust me. And so one day I've been working the griddle all day, and I was just about DWTS. DWTS. Dust? What? DWTS. I don't know what the fuck this is saying, bro. Duds? The planet Uranus is about to exit Gemini after 14 years. Check it out. Does that mean I'm gonna have trouble getting an erection soon or something? Done with this shit. Oh. I did not follow. I have no idea. Hey, May, what's up? Yeah, exiting my anus after 14 years. The butt plug that I forgot was up there. What is this actually saying? I was just about DWTS. Oh, done with this shit. You're right. Jesus Christ. They could have just... What the fuck? Down with the sickness, yeah. So one day, I've been working the griddle all day, and I was just about DWTS, done with this crap, but I used to say it like that to A, make me sound cool, and B, avoid getting scolded by my very sweet Christian mother. And so, of course, right at the end of my shift, just as the sun was about to set, my manager Karen, yes, their actual name, who never liked me, told me that I had to haul my butt out into the back lot, lugging that oil with me, and dump it in the barrel. Oh, and that should be the last lot, so I had to call on the boys to come collect it in the morning. And sure, they're gonna love that. Why can't I follow? Oh my god. I hate when people, like, I don't know, run on sentences, fucking just a million side thoughts. Like, I can't fucking follow your writing, bro. Fuck. Wart. And Woody Harrelson looks at him and says, "Do you have any idea how crazy you are?" I lolled, yeah. Yeah. Do you remember whenever he goes into those, like, the Mexican cartels, and then he just, like, shoots the one dude's hand off, and it looks just, like, so real, like his hand just hanging there, and then he blasts that one dude, and then... But I thought it was so funny, like, when the dude comes out of the bathroom, he does it so slow, like, slowly opens the door, and then, like, steps out with this Uzi, and it's just like, you know. Oh, and that should be the last of it, so I had to call on the boys to come collect it in the morning. And sure, they're gonna love that. And there's a way that you drain the oil of our fryers that lets you drain the oil into 5-gallon buckets. Thankfully, it was all cooled by now because the fryer hadn't been used for a while, so it was safe to drain the first 5-gallon bucket and strain my whole entire butt, dragging it out the back door backwards. And as soon as I got outside into the little chained-off backyard that served as our exterior area, I knew something was wrong. I'd spent plenty of time out here on my cigarette breaks, and it always stank, but this time it stank to high heaven. So I placed the oil bucket down in front of the back door to stop it slamming shut, and I turned around to see exactly what had caused our garbage area to stink worse than Satan's taint. First thing I saw was rotten food just sort of strewn all over the ground. The wild thing here is our dumpster had been emptied that morning, so there was no way that the rotten food had come from our restaurant. Someone had brought it here, and that someone, well, it was pretty clear who she was. And the first thing I noted was a shopping cart, adorned with all types of trinkets and decorations like you often see homeless folks pushing around. And then I saw the presumably homeless lady herself, and she was, I kid you not, in the oil barrel. She was absolutely covered in weeks of old, filthy cooking oil. She hadn't seen me looking, and as I watched, she ducked into the barrel and submerged herself in the liquid. I actually... Oh. I actually counted, okay. Just swimming around in oil. She's twerking around in there, in the P. Diddy oil. I actually counted. She was down in that oil for 45 seconds, and then she burst out, letting out a gasp of what I can only describe as ecstasy. Her mouth was thrown wide open, cooking oil pouring from her mouth, and then she saw me. She spat out. She spat a wad of cooking oil straight at me, thankfully nowhere near close enough to hit me, but still I backed away. And did I mention that this woman was extremely, depressingly old and also extremely naked? I could only see her bare, saggy chest at this point, but I later saw the full glory of her nudity, so I can say with confidence that she was naked, diving in our oil barrel. Despite what I said, I'm not going to go into detail describing an emaciated, sore-ridden octogenarian covered in cooking oil coming bursting out of the barrel. You can probably imagine what that looks like. But when she saw me and spat that oil at me, it was like a sort of flip switched in her brain, not my brain. Lard. A boiling pot of lard. Yeah, they should just deep fry this old lady. But when she saw me and spat the oil at me, it was like a switch flipped in her brain. Maybe it was the shame of getting caught taking an oil bath surrounded by rotten food, but I doubt it. She did, however, start absolutely shrieking at me and pointing a very gnarled accusatory finger. If it had been the 1690s, then I would have been straight up on WhatsApp to the latest witch finder, telling them that we had some witch burning to do. But alas, this was 2023 at the time, so all I was able to do was kind of back away and say, "Hey lady, chill out. You just can't stay in our barrel of oil." And the oil lady started thrashing, shrieking about this, and I could tell what was going to happen. She was angrily reaching out towards me, flailing with rage and fury, so of course, yes, the entire barrel of oil tumbled forward, sending foul-smelling vegetable oil flooding across the lot. I tried to jump back further, but I hit the wall, and in my infinite wisdom I decided to kick the bucket. I tried to jump back further, but a butt hit the wall. Yeah, I wonder how you actually... I almost feel like you have to get dishwashing detergents put onto your skin like one of those ducks that survive a BP oil spill, if you're in one of these scenarios. Happy holidays to anyone that'll accept it. Hey Joel and everybody, just finished watching all the football games. Hope everybody had a great Xmas. You watched every football game ever? Elizabeth Knapp, welcome back for 28 months. Prayers for my mom. She's in the hospital. She always listens, and I get a text saying Joel's home listening. It's become our thing. Oh, tell her I said thank you. And yeah, everybody, please pray for mommy. But thank you, Elizabeth. You have to look up Eminem's witch story. What's that about? The ocean loves oil. That's true. It sucks it all up. I tried to jump back. I tried to jump back further, but hit the wall. In my infinite wisdom, I decided to kick the bucket. Not in that way, but I mean the bucket that was propping the door open. I didn't want any of this crap getting into the kitchen and giving Karen and it... God fucking damn it, man. I didn't want any of this crap getting into the kitchen and giving Karen an excuse to Karen at me. And the barrel of oil managed to topple forward towards this woman, and the back door of the restaurant slammed shut, i.e. locked. And this meant that I was trapped with this oil woman in a small fenced-in area. Another thing that I noticed was that the oil barrel appeared to be filled with more rotting food, and we certainly had been... Have you seen the movie documentation about aliens, and if so, do you believe intelligent life in other planets? Yeah, or like maybe they're inside of our planet, or maybe they're interdimensional, or maybe, you know what I mean? Who fucking knows, bro? But I haven't seen what you're talking about, movie documentation. I mean, there's a million different movies. And if, like, it's coming out on some, like, mainstream documentation or documentary Netflix type bullshit, it's probably just nonsense. Or at least, like, limited hangout type nonsense. Ever thought about going pro at K-pop, K-poop? Becoming a K-poopington? I have. I think there's still time for me. A solo K-pop journey. I don't understand. Like, everybody loves K-pop, but does Korea make anything else for music? There's got to be something sweet out of there. What about North Korean K-pop? Did it ever have frosted tips? Just pubes, frosted pube tips. Another thing I noticed was that the oil barrel appeared to be filled with more rotting food, and we certainly hadn't been putting it in there, and I had this horrible feeling from the state of it that the old woman had taken the food into the barrel with her and had been eating it underwater. Well, under oil, I guess. The ancient oil-covered naked woman was crawling across the asphalt toward me, occasionally trying to get her feet and then slipping each time. Now I was torn. What the hell did I do? I felt bad for this clearly mentally ill old lady homeless person covered in cooking oil and chowing down on rotten garbage, but she was also crawling towards me like some kind of disgusting fetish weirdo from the garage, and from the look on her face, she had slippery murder in mind. The fact that she was screaming at me, calling me a witch and saying that she was going to tear my insides out and fill my hoo-ha with oil wasn't exactly filling me with charity towards helping this lunatic either. And so I did maybe the most epic move of my life. I ran around the oil spill, aiming for the dumpster. I was going to climb on the top, but then leap over the 8-foot chain fence, leaving this woman trapped inside the lot, and then I'd go around the front of the restaurant and call the cops. This was mostly a good idea, except I misjudged how fast the oil woman could slide across the ground in her oily nakedness, and I was almost at the dumpster when she grabbed my ankle, her slippery hands trying to drag me into the slimy puddle that she was rolling in. Hell no, I was having none of this. And so I did probably the worst thing that I'd ever have to do in my life. I stamped on an 80-plus-year-old woman's wrist. I wasn't proud of it, but it worked, and she howled and let go. Now listen, if you saw her, if you saw how clearly strong and weird this woman was despite her age, then you wouldn't judge me. Hell, for all I know, she was in her 40s and just aged really badly from meth or some other drugs. So as she rolled around in pain, I knocked her stupid ass shopping cart out of that. Lunatic.
As a kid, I often got screamed at saying that I was a witch and people were going to kill me. Who said that?
Is that a past life? This is what Bon Jovi was talking about with that album in '85. I doth not recall. Geography Now. This is a crazy story. I know, it's pretty funny. Just like covered in oil, old lady witch. Kind of like The Shining. Remember in The Shining when that creepy old like melting woman comes out of the bathtub? There is nothing scarier in horror than a naked old woman covered in slime. Also, Geography Now, how you doing? What's next? Let's see what the current content is. We're gonna do a content review just based on title. Los Angeles City Guide. Too bad I'm not going. The African country that did everything right? Question. Did everything right? Impossible. What is it? This looks like it's on the East Coast? Is this Egypt? What is this?
That just gained independence. But not only that, you are the leader of this country. But then just 1 year after you are made the leader of this new country, the land surveyors come
They all
back
kill
and
you.
the chiefs that had authority
Oh,
in conjunction
Botswana.
with the British authority. It was weird, interesting fusion system. And because of that, Botswana land was pretty much kind of left
Botswana.
alone, unless if
I've never heard of Botswana. It sounds oddly familiar, but I'm totally unfamiliar. Speed finally has a skin in Fortnite. Thank Christ. I've been waiting. Also, I saw that Kai Cenat will never date again. Shucks. Shucks. Shuckers. Emotionality, rapidly shifting shallow emotions, overly dramatic or theatrical expression. I think that's just called Tourette's. Well, I'll do a video in your city if you want to collab. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Stay away from Pennsylvania cities. You do not want to come here. You get gadded up, my boy. Just kidding. It's just Pennsylvania's it's not a bad place. It's not the worst ever, but it's just yucky. You know what I mean? It's literally like every city for the majority of the year is just like Silent Hill. Like you just exist in Silent Hill. Why do all these popular streamers feel so pushed on us all and aren't that good at all except PewDiePie? He the GOAT. I know what you mean. Like, I don't think I ever really like seen like a super popular one where I'm like, yeah, he seems relatable. If anything, it almost makes you feel completely disconnected from what like popular media might. But I guess that's kind of how we felt towards normal celebrities anyway, so maybe your interests are just more niche, you know. Doesn't Pennsylvania have the largest buffet? Well, that's one pride. That's one point of pride I have in this state, I'll be honest with you. The biggest buffet of all time. Yeah, it's just go outside and start eating mud. You eat from a big trough like a pig that goes on for miles and miles. It's called my great-grandma's house. The world's biggest buffet. Philadelphia has the most bulletproof vest shops. Oh my god. Dude, isn't it so fucked? Like every city in America is just like nonstop. Just like violence. It's so, I don't know, it makes me so sad. All of these quote-unquote gun-free zones are just like filled with some of the most like deadly areas you could exist. It's just like some strange paradox within society. Well, dude, I got some work to do, but I'm always rooting for you, and cheers and have a great night. You too, friend. Yeah, I'm happy for your success. Your videos are doing good, and yeah, I'm jealous you get to travel and have a good time. That's freaking sweet. Do you have any suggestions for like the video? Like, which video do you think we should watch the most? What's the most popular one? Germany. Geography Now, Germany. That's cool. And then Japan. Hell yeah. Honestly, those are two places I would like to visit. Germany and Japan. And what's the next one? Indonesia. Well, Israel. All there is to do in Pennsylvania is drink and drive, get pregnant, or do drugs. Yeah, which all sound pretty on par for most of humanity anyways. What's up, Mad Max? How we doing, bro? I just moved into a place that's super popular, but every day has been dead silent so far. Oddly eerie. That's strange. What's up, Pierce? Aiden Pierce. So, as she rolled... Oh, right. So, as she rolled around in pain, I knocked her stupid, dumb shopping cart out of the way and threw myself on top of the dumpster and took the leap of my life to expertly vault over the chain link fence. The oil coating my sneakers and hands didn't quite allow. You failed your driver's test? Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Is that the one before you get your permit, or is it the one where you actually have to, like, drive and show them you can parallel park or whatever? What you're supposed to do is hit the e-brake so you can drift into it and impress them. This place feels like AI for real. Me or everybody in here? Is everybody in here AI? Are we all AI? The oil coating my sneakers and hands didn't quite allow this plan to come to pass, and I almost managed it. Instead, my pants caught on the chain link fence and I was left hanging upside down, blissfully on the outside of the yard, but somehow caught by the tear in my knee of my jeans, so I was just sort of hanging there, upside down. And there was a moment where I was considering that I could undo my belt and slip out of my pants and fall to the ground in my underwear, but there was already a naked elderly lady in gallons of oil. There was no way that I was turning this into more of an effed up, weird concept than it already was. And instead, I shamelessly and tearfully started screaming for help. Thankfully, a passerby saw me and helped me down, and then recoiled in absolute horror when they saw the scene that I just escaped from. Now, short ending to a long story, I limped my way back to the restaurant while this passerby very kindly kept an eye out on the old woman just in case she found some way to try and escape. And how she'd gotten in, shopping cart included, was absolutely beyond me, and the best I could think is that she'd picked the padlock to the yard and then for some reason locked it behind her again. It didn't feel like this was the first time that she'd taken a bath in our oil. It felt almost too planned. Now, Karen handled it, called the cops, and I gave a statement, and then got sent home for the day. I never really found out much about that old lady. All I knew was that she definitely wasn't pressing charges, and she was getting the help that she needed, so I guess that was nice. Now listen, I tried to make this sound as funny as possible, but the whole thing was absolutely freaking terrifying, and the only way that I can handle the story is really by joking about it. I still have genuine nightmares about her bursting out of that barrel, oil pouring from mouth and screaming just gibberish at me. I still get sick if I smell anything rotting, and I absolutely do not work in fast food anymore. I just can't. And I know the event could have happened anywhere with a drum of oil, I guess, but I can't handle the idea of ever encountering anything like that again. I mean, could you? No matter how I try and turn this into comedy, it's the most horrifying thing I've ever dealt with, and I hope to all that is holy that I never, ever have a reason to share a story like this ever again. But you know, if you do want to use a terrifying woman bursting out of an oil drum as the video thumbnail, I think that it'd probably be a... Can you ask questions? Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Do I require my date to have hair? I don't know. I've seen like chicks with like shaved heads look pretty hot. Wait, the guy doing your driver's test was unhinged and screamed at you? That's kind of crazy. What would they scream about? Has anyone ever heard AI glitch in a video? Oh my god, it's hilarious. What's AI glitch? Detroiters. Joel, have you watched The Pit? Is that like a documentary about like the Pit football team? What's up, lovely? What's up, Maja? Being a bald. Being a singular bald. It's about Brad Pitt. Emily, what's up? Bald is the most attractive. By the way, I'm bald. Hey Joel, hey y'all, hello. Seems like we got like an influx. I feel like YouTube sends out notifications in like batches. Did everyone that just came in get a notification and that's why you're here? Or is it just all kind of random? Just Google The Pit. It's a medical drama based in the ER of a Pittsburgh hospital. Oh, okay. I don't really have it. Honestly, I'm like traumatized from working in hospital settings. I just have no interest. I was trying to cross an intersection and there was a car a football field away. The guy started screaming at me to stop, acting like I was going to kill us. That's strange. Crossing an intersection, a car a football field away. The guy. Yeah, maybe he was just like coked out on Adderall or something. I've heard AI glitches in a few videos. Both times, the AI just suddenly groans for several seconds like, that would be really funny if that's like what gave you away from using AI. Anthony Starr from The Boys is in the Pit. Oh, so it's just a show, like another medical drama. It's kind of weird though, like Anthony Starr from The Boys, it's like I love him, but at the same time, I can't imagine after seeing him as Homelander, like in anything else. Like the only thing I can imagine him being in is like playing a gay guy, as weird as that sounds. Like that's just the kind of vibe I get from him being anything other than like a violent supervillain. Yo, Joel Hard, you need a home-cooked meal. Yeah, somebody come cook for me, please. If someone could just move in and do all my chores forever and feed me, I will home and bathe you, I promise. I explained it was perfectly safe to cross and he didn't say anything or look at me. Yeah, maybe he fucked up. Who knows? Yeah, I still have hypersomnia. Slept almost 2 hours earlier unexpectedly even though I wasn't tired. Well, that sounds chill though, getting extra sleep. I shaved my head for being cancer-free and donated to St. Baldicks. Bald Dicks?
I make a great homemade dressing, nice stuffing. Wish I could bring you a plate. Have tons of leftovers from Christmas. Damn, that does sound good. Yeah, Justin doesn't ever cook for me. It's bullshit. Bullshit. He wrote that you were a dangerous driver. That's crazy. Let's check the CCTV footage. What the hell's going on here? And then it like shows it and you like hit a jump or like just barely squeak through like two cars going through the intersection at once running a red light. We have to find the DMV guy. We have to send a large angry mob of women at him. But you know, if you want to use a terrifying woman bursting out of an oil drum as the video thumbnail, I think it'd probably be okay with that. Fuck, man, I'd be okay with that. Maybe at least something positive come out of this absolute crap show of a rest. But you know, if you want to use a terrifying woman bursting out of an oil drum as the video thumbnail, I think that I'd probably be okay with that. Maybe. At least something positive could come out from the... Why, this is such a additional amount of text, so pointless. At least something positive could come from this absolute crap show. Okay. Done. That was a good story, though. He put many exclamation points after dangerous driver. What? That's like so incredibly unprofessional. This guy sounds like he's like definitively on drugs. How deep is my bathtub? How deep is your tub? Ooh, ooh.
You felt like you were being punked. That is kind of strange. Did you feel like you were prepared going into the driving test or anything and all that? Like, did you get your 6 months of, I guess, like supervised assistance or whatever it is, permit? Hey, Sam, what's up? What's up, Alyssa? How goes it? Does reading these stories ever make me paranoid? I mean, not really, I guess. Happy Christmas from Belfast. Have a good one. Thank you, Snarf flew up. Snarf. Been driving 50 miles regularly for months. Weird. Yeah, maybe you can appeal to, like, I mean, when do you get to take it again? That's very odd. Just got back from seeing the new Avatar. I liked the first one. Second one was alright, but with this one, you're not missing anything except for one cool new character. That sucks, yeah. I don't know. The second one, the first one was, like, fun back in the day, right? But kind of forgettable. It's just, like, another Pocahontas kind of story. And then the second one, I don't even know what the fuck happened. There's just, like, cool water effects. And yeah, I don't imagine I'll see the third one, which is really sad. I used to, like, always see the trequels of, like, all these movies. But, dude, I didn't even go see the third one in the Star Wars movie, right? The one with, like, somehow Palpatine is back. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that shit? Somehow Palpatine is back. We don't want to explain it, and we definitely didn't plan it, but we need him to make things exciting. I didn't see that one. Julie, a musician. I play piano, violin, guitar, bass, and drums. I live in Tennessee. Lots of musical folk from Memphis, Nashville. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I have an interest in instruments, but I do not play now. Oh wait, where's my little thing? Never mind. I'm just gonna play the flesh flute for a second. Just kidding. I can't find it. Didn't miss anything with the third sequel. Yeah, I guess I could be vocals. Maybe you could train me and be lead singer, man. Sam, have you played any good games? Oh, Sam, have you played Expedition 33, Clair Obscura, or whatever? What about Hershey, Pennsylvania? You going there? Oh yeah, Hershey itself is kind of boring, but it's like the Hershey Park is fun. It's just kind of how Pennsylvania is. It's like it's got individual attractions, but like the overall surrounding areas are just, they get the job done, and that's pretty much it. If they had kept some kind of consistency in the story, the last Star Wars wouldn't have been so garbage. Well, that's what I was saying, bro. Like, why didn't, like J.J. Abrams deserves to be screamed at for the fact that he, I don't know, just didn't direct all of them. Like, wouldn't he have wanted to direct all of them, do a good job, and then be praised as, like, the next George Lucas? But instead, he just, like, did one and was like, alright, fuck you guys. I've got to go steal other people's scripts, I guess. I've seen playthroughs of it, but stopped because I was experienced the story for myself. Nice, yeah. One time as a kid, my dad brought my brothers and I to Hershey Park just to see the chocolate making tour and not the park. 2-3 hours to get there. I was so disappointed. That's insane. He brought you there just to do that bullshit, but not the actual rides? That's hilarious, actually, because that's kind of like where you go, you do it almost as tradition just to start, just to get like a warm-up for what it's like to wait in lines and then go through a dumb little thing and then maybe get some candy afterwards or maybe at the end. But to not take you on like any of the sick-ass rides is actually criminal for like that far of a drive. Have you read Vagabond? It's a great Japanese graphic novel. I have not, no. What happens? Spoil it for me. The final Star Wars was a bit disappointing. I'm done with them and I'm a hardcore fan. Yeah, dude, I was a hardcore Star Wars guy and they absolutely fucked all that shit up, bro. They fucked so many movies up. Everything stinks. There's nothing good out anymore and it's really genuinely very sad. Maybe it's radiation from space. It's like boiling our brains internally. poo, stinky. Justin, you better be in some good fucking movies, and they better not be like the ones that I'm thinking of. Because we need something. You need to save Hollywood and Pennsylvania. Where's the love for Jar Jar? I do. Honestly, looking back on it, compared to the newer stuff, those Star Wars prequels were definitively better, even with Jar Jar.
Mr. Jar Jar Binks. Oh.
Have you seen Andor? I think it's the best Star Wars movie I've seen in a long time. Yeah, Andor got the job done, for sure. I just you expect that like all the time. Like Andor should just be like baseline Star Wars. Like Andor in many ways should be like boring Star Wars, and all the other ones should just be good but different, right? My first job at a restaurant did not last all that long. I messed up, and I messed up big. It was a small Greek restaurant, all low-light mood lighting and authentic music. The owner, Mr. Tavaloris, was a larger-than-life character who could be the friendliest, funniest guy in the world unless he was in one of his moods, and then merely being in the restaurant felt like life or death. A couple of weeks into my work there, I was a waiter. Mr. Tavalorius came to me and told me inexplicably that I'd be in charge of front of the house. Not only that, it was going to be a quiet night, so I'd be the only waitstaff on hand, and to call his brother if things got out of hand and I needed a hand. Alternatively, if we had no diners arrive by 9 p.m., I was to shut up shop early, send the sole member of the kitchen staff home, and then hang around until my shift ended at 11, cleaning up and keeping an eye on the place. I didn't really like the sound of this, so I politely asked why I needed to stick around. Tavalorius told me that a guy might be dropping by, but don't worry, he was a professional, and I'd know what was up when I met him. Now this was classic Mr. T. He liked to turn everything into an epic mystery saga. I'm not sure if he had a poor grasp of the English language or just liked to pretend he did. And there was a rumor circulating some years later that he wasn't even Greek and had ever even been to Europe. And having worked for the man even for a couple of weeks, I honestly could believe this. Now 9 p.m. came and went. It also went. It came and I went. What's good, Joey? Hope you had a good Christmas. You got any plans for New Year's yet or nah? No plans, just probably streaming Wednesday night, just like normal, having a few drinky drinks and chatting with you guys.
I'd rather have it no other way.
What the heck and crack? How come energy drinks don't work on me anymore? Probably just build up a tolerance to the caffeine and stuff, because it's like basically every time you drink them, right, it's like an endocrine dump of cortisol and stress hormones, adrenaline, etc., so probably just become tolerant to the caffeine and need to take like a week break from them. Honestly, probably better to switch to like black coffee anyways, just for your body's health. I say that as I drink one 300 milligram one a day. I am interested in this next George Lucas Star Wars project. Pretty sure it is a movie, a one-off. Well, we shall see. It sounded like the previous Star Wars, the originals, George Lucas had a team, and then it was the prequels that it was just him doing it. But honestly, at this point, anything's better than nothing, so whatever. The Disney Star Wars would have been much better if they made Jar the ultimate evil in the end instead of Palpatine. I agree, yeah. It would have made more sense. It would have made that character like kind of not as unbearable. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? I agree about the black coffee. I'm getting healthy. New Year's resolutions, I guess just like really amplifying things as far as like financial independence and maybe perhaps locking in on the diet. But I guess that's one of those things that, I don't know, just begins when you begin. Lock on your stories, little bro. Dude, I still think about that guy, man. Every hater, I think about them every night before bed. I think about their head in the guillotine. JK. Isn't it so funny? Like, you like even remotely give like a political opinion on something where you're not agreeing on people's like psychotic desires for death, and then suddenly it's like, hey, let me ambiguously threaten you. Fucking absolute nothings.
9 p.m. 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m.
Hey Stacy, what's up? 9 p.m. came and went, and we hadn't had a single customer all night. I sent the chef, an extremely young woman by the name of Maria, home early and went about doing God knows what, and I set the sign to closed, did a half-assed job of cleaning up the already immaculate restaurant, and ended up playing my Game Boy Color. Now, this was back in those days. Now, near 10 p.m., there was an urgent knock at the front door. I paused whatever game I was playing and headed over to alert the potential customer that, sorry, we'd closed, and no, I didn't know why, but them's were the breaks. And then I remembered that Tavalorius had told me to expect a guy, and it was pretty clear looking through the glass door that this was the guy that I'd be expecting. It was an exterminator, all kitted out in gear, and I could see his purple van parked back over in the handicap spot, and that the guy had a hand-rolled cigarette hanging between his lips. The label on his jumpsuit read Roach A Go-Go. It was cute, so I just let him in. Now, he told me in a very thick Serbian accent that I had been expecting him, and I didn't ask. Serbian accent that I had been expecting him. Didn't ask, just told. Oh. What if someone's name was Joel too? Like literally their last name was too. Would they be my clone? George Lucas once asked David Lynch to get involved with Star Wars. He very politely said, no, I think you should just do it, George. I think you should just do it, George. Get me my black coffee and just do it. That's so crazy. David Lynch is dead, man. Isn't that so weird? Like, what the... I know he smokes cigarettes and such, but... just strange. Like, you're not supposed to, like, die like that. That's so random. Critical thinking is almost extinct. I homeschooled my 5 kids for that reason, only proud of them as adults because they think. That is really nice. I mean, like I said, I visited my friend who's, like, Christian Orthodox, like the Russian Orthodox stuff. He's not Russian, but he has 7 kids, and they were all homeschooled, very heavily involved in, like, homeschool environments, and they're literally some of the most intelligent, most, like, socially... like sound kids I've ever met. You know what I mean? Like they can just like socialize with anybody. They're really smart. Like you always see those memes where like homeschool kids get like memed on and stuff, but dude, homeschool kids are like smart as fuck, bro. Because I don't know, they have to learn on their own. They have to learn how to read on their own and teach themselves stuff on their own. And once you do that, you can pretty much do anything, right? I'm legit watching a video of a guy building Geonosis out of Legos. Oh, nice. The build took 2 years. Holy shit. It's crazy. Every time I think about myself and just vibing, Joel drops it out of nowhere and drop kicks me in the back of the knee. He never switches knees. It's always the same one. I can't live like this. Pocket sand. Pocket knee. Government ruins the kids. This is probably true, honestly. I mean, it is kind of strange. Like, when you just think about what it means to be, like, human, right? You're just a human. You could have been born a human on, like, a random island. You could have been born a human under the earth. You could have been born a human in a village. You could have been born a human in China. You could have just been born anywhere. And for some reason, at some point, someone was just like, you gotta go to school until you're fucking 18 or whatever. Like, that's so weird. You could just just give them a sword. My second grader reads on a high school level. I respect that, dude. I mean, like, you're gonna have the smartest kid ever. Hey, Gabby, you're gonna have the smartest kid ever, and they're gonna be awesome, bro. Like, And then now it's basically like when their brains are just these like sponges of jello that, you know, have a ton of synapses that are like developing. I'm just making all this up, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're super able to just do whatever. Like anything you hand them is going to be a core memory to them. Every day until their like brain is developed is going to be like this core memory where they can learn things fast and identify with it fast. And so at this point, it's almost this parent's responsibility to challenge their children as much as possible. Take them beyond what your capabilities were, because why not? You know, you basically have this like super soldier that can adapt and create whatever the fuck, you know, you want at any moment. So you might as well try to turn them into like little Einsteins / you know, Spartan warriors. Do parents want their kids to challenge them? Well, the kids definitely want their parents to challenge them, you know, like, and then on top of that, teaching your kid to challenge themselves. Like get an idea into the kid's head where you almost like give them the idea, like, listen, now you're going to think of a challenge for yourself, tell me what it is, and then you're going to act it out until you complete the goal. That is something that I think could teach kids a lot, in the sense of just thinking creatively for themselves and then setting about accomplishing said task, because that would translate to so many things. Hey, the silencer with the 8,000 W coins. Wario coins. Hey Joel, I am back again listening to your live stream. Can you do a true crime stories? Also asked this before, but tell me the microphones that you use. Yeah, so we got a Neumann TLM 103. That's what you hear me on stream right now, and then what I record into is an H4n Pro. But yeah, true crime, you can go subscribe to my Saturn Soul. But honestly, we could do a true crime like just video again. It's been a while since we've done straight true crime stuff. The Neumann. The Goyman. The most terrifying thing teachers molding our kids, especially when the teacher's just some like self-entitled dipshit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the teachers, like they just got to impart their weird politics onto your kids. They got to impart their like basically conformity onto your children. Like that's just weird as hell, bro. Weird. My coworker did homeschooling, but the unfortunate thing was that she couldn't afford doing part-time. It was so financially taxing. Was it? Okay. Wonder what's the taxing part, I wonder? Just like affording the curriculums? $5 super chat from Tron City. Did I miss that? I'm so sorry, buddy. Where was that at? Or did you just type it in chat? It's just fantasizing about me saying thank you. Thanks, bro. Our last year of homeschooling was filled with moral discussions. My sons and I have differing views about some social issues. Good for them. Yeah, honestly. But at least they can have discussions instead of like screeching and reaching like a bunch of TikTok retards. You don't think exactly like the hive mind? What's wrong with you? You're evil. And instead of me trying to figure out ways to convince you to think like me, I will screech and browbeat you until you feel bad enough to just say, okay, don't hurt me. ISIS of kids. Not be able to work and make money because you have to teach your children. Oh, right. Yeah. You would literally need like the father to go make money or vice versa. What if this is the evolution back to dinosaurs? That's a good point. Just like screeching about stuff till we eventually develop like teeth and claws and scales. We are going backwards. You think school is stretching? People literally make jokes about that's how dinner is with families. Who's getting stretched? Oh my god, you're sure that's so true. I'm glad my kids are older now and that I can quit teaching, so I don't want to be a part of it. Yeah, it does seem quite exhausting. My granddaughter is autistic, currently homeschooled. She is brilliant. That's good, yeah. And, you know, especially for, like, autistic kids, I imagine they require a lot of different degrees of attention that sometimes, you know, public school systems might not be able to accommodate. So I think that's really good. He told me in a thick Serbian accent that I had been expecting him. Didn't ask, just told. And I was like, sure, buddy, you're the guy, right? And he seemed to like this, declaring that yes, he was the guy, and he had a problem to take care of for Tavalorius. And he seemed to like this, declaring that yes, he was the guy, and he had a problem to take care of for Tavalorus before things got out. The exterminator told me that he had to go work in the kitchen, and this kind of unnerved me because what the hell did we have living in our kitchen? I asked him and he said not to worry, it was preventative, that Tavalorus's bosses didn't like the idea of rats in their establishment. I didn't even know Tavalorus had a boss. I'd always assumed that he owned the restaurant, but hey, I guess this all made sense. And so the exterminator headed through, and maybe my alarm bell should have rang when all he took in with him was a huge black plastic crate that he held by a handle. But what the heck did I know about extermination and laying poison or rat traps? And the guy wasn't in the kitchen too long. He just quickly stepped out of the door, too quickly, and I realized much later, and then clicked. What the fuck? What the flirpity fluck? My merch was ordered a little bit late. I got 2 black hoodies with the grumps and the skull, and can't wait for them to come. I have actually so much of your merch. Thank you, Tara. Thank you for buying some, and I really appreciate you. Yeah, guys, if you buy any merch from the Spreadshirt, I just so you're aware, I made it so that there's no, profit. So it's literally sold at cost, right? So it should be probably the cheapest we can keep it at, so hopefully that helps, and thank you for buying some. Let's see if that link works. Does that work? Does it work? It does. Sweet. Frickin' sweet, Lois. I was among your top 0.4 viewers. Thank you, Crazy Like Jimin. Thank you, bro. That's actually that's insane. It's a lot of listening. A lot of using of the ears. Is it edible merch? You can try and eat it if you want, but it might be too delicious. Me and 4 of my adult kids love Let's Read. Thanks, Weir. Thank you. It's kind of crazy. I have a lot. Probably the majority of my life t-shirts I wear around the house, and my hoodies are all your merch. Yeah, Tara, I hear they're pretty comfortable. The Spreadshirt merch. They're pretty soft and stuff. And do they wash well? When you wash them, they don't shrink or get poopy, do they? Love listening to Joel when I'm in the attic, some crawl space for work, electrical work. That's awesome. Yeah, do you have some good headphones? 10 toes down, baby. I don't even know what that means. Why are they pointing their toes down? Sometimes you can curl your toes, I guess. The guy wasn't in the kitchen too long. He quickly stepped out of the door. Too quickly, I realized much later, and then clicked the latch shut. The fella told me that I should just go home and leave the kitchen overnight for the poison to settle and deter any rats. None of this seemed weird to me, and Tavalorus had basically told me the same thing, to go home early, so I ushered the roaches a go-go to his van and bid him a good night and got into my own battered Buick 8, my pride and joy. Now I'm just going to jump ahead a little here and explain something about what Tavalorus actually intended by having me stay alone at the restaurant. Now he was expecting some very angry guys to show up and punish him for some transgression or other because, shock and horror, my dodgy Greek boss was in with the mob. Gasp. Who could have seen that coming? And so what he figured, I think, was that this mob boss's thugs would find me there alone, figured that I might be a big deal to Tavalorus, and dish out a beating that I wouldn't soon forget. At least I hope he only expected a beating. The idea that I was being cast out as a sacrificial lamb is a little too terrifying to actually consider. The thing is, these mob guys were smart, smarter than your average gangster. They didn't play things by dishing out beatings and burying Joe loose lips in concrete or whatever these guys usually did. They specialized in fear. I heard later that their enforcers were nicknamed the Ghouls, and I can understand why. Their intimidation came in the style of scaring the absolute living crap out of their target, and their target was Tavalorus, not me. Unfortunately, it was still me and the kitchen girl from the night before, Elle, who made the discovery. Tavalorus had arranged for us to open up that next morning, too, maybe to test if I'd actually shown up for work, get a vague scope of the situation. You plan on sending several good ones. Yeah, do that, KM. Miss Wea. That would be great. Let's read submissions at gmail.com. That would be very helpful. Yeah, honestly, I can definitely have a lot of backlog on stories, but if you guys can keep sending them in, you know, it's always good to pile it up and have a big Scrooge McDuck vault room that's just filled with stories that I can swim through like gold.
Did someone donate a mean thing, Justin? What happened?
Were they being rude? Either way, I now have the $5 in my grasp. Typical offender. I see. Isn't it strange how some people's minds fixate on something? Like, what's going through their head? Like, what's to be gained? Unfortunately, it was still me and the kitchen girl from the night before, Elle, who made the discovery. Tavaloris had arranged for us to open up that next morning, too, maybe to test if I'd actually show up for work, get a vague scope of the situation. I did indeed show up to work, none the wiser, and explained to Elle as we entered the restaurant that the exterminator had been there the night before and laid down poison in the kitchen to deter rats. Now, Elle was young, probably too young to be running a kitchen, but she was whip smart, and immediately her face went whiter than usual as she told me, "Hey, that's not how an exterminator works. You can't just lay rat poison down in the kitchen where we prepare food. From the people who brought you Let's Read, now comes what goes through their brain." Probably some type of worm, or like if someone, like a fart. Bunch of goo. Can't believe how many personal stories I have. Figured everyone does, but I learned it isn't true. Yeah, some people's lives are scarier than the others. Your stories are awesome. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Chris. Good to see you, dude. I don't know, but I ain't going to spend no money to insult anybody. It has to be a friend song. Yeah, come on, guys. Have you been to an NHL game? I have, yeah. I went to a Flyers game. I think it was Flyers versus Pittsburgh, actually. Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins. And it was really intense. Like, every hockey game I go to, like, the speed at which they hit each other, and, like, you can just feel the physics of it, are just, like, I don't know, there's something about it that just feels different than football, you know? It looks like it hurts more. It looks like it results in way more death. It's just like grittier and like in your face. And then whenever they fight, it's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Can we all relax? It is, yeah, it's like a car accident. Is it the Pucks? The Pittsburgh Pucks. Pittsburgh Puckingtons. Truly, I've lost my sister BFF in October, so it's been tough love his life. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but we got you. We got you. Sweet dreams, yo. Good to see you. Okay. Hockey is pretty badass. It is. I need to watch more games, honestly. I wish I got into it when I was younger, just to kind of like have that within the realm. You can't just lay rat poison down in the kitchen where we prepare food. This was effed. We were probably going to have to dispose of any of the food the exterminator had access to. And thankfully that shouldn't have been very much, since the pantry and the freezer were locked and Elle and another chef kept the key, but at the very least, we might have to replace some pans and some fresh veggies. That's a bummer, I thought, as I opened the door. And then the next thing I'm doing is letting out the most high-pitched, girlish scream of my life. I slammed the door shut and began trembling, shaking like I was in septic shock. I could barely get my words out. I was almost sobbing, and bear in mind, I'm a grown-ass man. Elle was shaking me, asking me what the hell was wrong. Was someone dead in there? Did we have to call the cops? Now she moved to open the kitchen door and I just about screamed no. I think I scared her more by grabbing her than anything else, at least until she looked through the window into the kitchen. To Elle's credit, she wasn't quite as freaked out as me, but she didn't suffer from crippling arachnophobia. You see, I feel like I gotta say that better. Septic shock. Septic shock, the superhero. Shaking like a septic tank. Exactly. I remember one time I got flushed down to the toilet into a... Why am I so avoidant? What do you mean? Emotionally avoidant?
I can smell the hockey rink. Just think about it. Love it.
Am I tired? No, I'm good, honestly. I just always low-key have a bit of a yawn. Bit of a yawn. Bit of a yarn. A yawn for the minds. To Elle's credit, she wasn't as freaked out. Freaked the frick out. You were in the top 0.3%. That's crazy. 0.4, 0.3. Thank you, Colin. To Elle's credit, she wasn't quite as freaked out as me, but she didn't suffer from crippling arachnophobia. You see, the thing is, the kitchen was absolutely filled with bugs. These were the same type of bugs, mostly around the same size, about 4 inches long maybe, and at first I thought they were spiders. But Elle, who was able to study them a bit more, pointed out that they had 10 legs and not 8. There were hundreds of them. They were just sort of milling around the kitchen, kind of just hanging out. And at first I couldn't believe that they were real. They looked like spiders by way of some messed up horror writer and then some, and this was freaking New Jersey, not the Australian outback or the Middle East. Things like this just didn't live here. House centipedes were bad enough, but seeing the kitchen of our restaurant filled with these monsters was enough to absolutely break me. I begged and pleaded with Elle to latch the door back up and broke into a sobbing heap, as she called Tavaloris. A sobbing heap. A heap of shite.
You're in a blizzard right now? So lame. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I heard we were supposed to get some crazy
Wintry bullshit soon or something. Let's go to bed. Night-night, Joel. Until next time. See you, Lauren. Have a good evening. And sleep tight. You're very welcome. I love your videos. Keep it the fantastic. We really got me through the tough days at work and life in general. I got you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for listening. We need 10 million more just like you. Let's make some clones. Start the clone wars. The clone listeners. What's up, Mando? I'm trying to get everyone through life. Spick and span. What's up, Skibbity? Have I heard of Scrotox? I have not heard of Scrotox. Tell me more. You gotta sell it to me like Shark Tank. Thank you, Frankie. Good to see you. I begged, pleaded with Elle to latch the door back up and broke into a sobbing pile on the floor as she called Tavaloris. And the man himself showed up 10 minutes later, furious that we interrupted him. Of course, there weren't monster spiders in the kitchen. Maybe a handful had gotten in, sure, but we must have both lost... What the fuck is this saying? Maybe a handful had gotten in, sure, but we must have both lost it. I didn't even have time to tell him about the exterminator or yell for him not to enter the kitchen before he unlatched the door and stormed straight in. Now, I've never seen a fat, unfit man run quite so fast as I did then. Tavaloris came crashing out of the kitchen, hollering and howling, yelling at us for not telling him what to expect, and cursing the redacted family, who I don't want to draw the ire of even to today. Elle thankfully had the foresight to rush over and pull the door shut, locking it again. But not before a couple of these beasties had come ambling out into the restaurant. Elle somehow managed to trap one of them under a pint. Beasties. Beastie weasties. I'm not scared of bugs or creatures unless they kill me, but cockroaches are just so greasy it's gross. Yeah, fucking hell. When you see them, you're just like, oh shit, we're screwed.
I started coming towards it and looking. Oh, yeah.
Elle somehow managed to trap one of them under a glass, and the other started coming towards me. It looked at me, and I looked at it. Its face looked like, well, let's just say it looked like lady parts. Somehow this made this hideous spider being a little less terrifying to me, and I couldn't really bring myself to kill it. And instead, I slowly backed away and let Elle capture that one too. But there was still the problem of the absolute hundreds of these horrible bugs in the kitchen. Tavaloris was just screaming, "No cops, no cops," and eventually calmed down enough to call an actual exterminator pal of his. Elle and I were sent home for the day, and the restaurant was closed for the next 3. Needless to say, I didn't return to work when unpaid, I might add, vacation. What the fuck bug is it? What vagina bug is this? Do you guys know? My sons, as boys, like scaring me with fake snakes. The one day a real snake was in my house. No more toy snakes or bugs allowed after that. That's crazy. What kind of snake was it? Also, a friend of mine keeps rattlesnakes in, like, cages. Or as their father does. And it's, I don't know. It just seems mental to me to have, like, actual poisonous snakes just as, like, pets. Because, like, what if they get out and then they're just, like, on the ground and then they kill one of your guests or your dog or something fucking stupid? You love snakes? Justin, no you don't. My 2 out of 6 YouTube account is subscribed to you. Let's go, baby. Rattlesnakes are quote-unquote venomous? Bro, rattlesnakes will murder you. You get bit by that, you fucking lose probably mobility in your arm if you're lucky enough to get like a multi-$100,000 like anti-venom. A friend in high school had pet snake that escaped and it got in the oven. They accidentally cooked it. Honestly, good. Fuck that snake. Every snake can die. Not to be mean.
Not to be mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying that those little creatures will fall beneath Adam's heel. If given the opportune.
I truly do wish I could. Let's read. I don't chat much or comment to that, but I watch all your videos and to at least dip in before the end of the year to help more people than you know. Thank you, Gummy Worms. Good to see you. Lizards. Lizards are better. They're predictable. They're not as rude. Honestly, I feel like I would rather have a monitor lizard wandering through my house randomly than like a fucking rattlesnake inside of a containment cage. Dude, oh my god, a snake in my bed. Holy shit, can you imagine? You had an iguana? Dude, those things get huge and they can like tail whip you. And they can, dude, when they bite you, they can like really rip into your skin. Oxy, what's up? What did you get from Santa Claus? There's a snake channel that helped me enjoy them so much that I never thought possible.
It's not happening. I'm not listening. I'm not even going to touch them.
I don't know, just at any moment I imagine it's just gonna wrap around my neck and swallow me whole like anaconda style. Snakes and cockroaches and great white sharks and Tyrannosaurus rexes are also misunderstood. That's true. The reptilians. I got a new potato peeler, a new machete, and a bunch of tea. That's sick. You should mix all that together. Like a Minecraft item. Needless to say, I didn't return to work when my unpaid, I may add, vacation was over. I was done with that job. If Tavaloris had pissed off the redacted family, then I did not want to go between him and the ghouls. Now this was their harmless warning, their opening gambit, so to speak. Things would escalate from here, and I wanted no part of that. Now I later found out from Elle that the creatures were camel spiders. Not spiders at all, or were they scorpions, despite their other name of wind scorpion. They were wholly their own thing. They're wholly their own thing. Not really dangerous at all, but they do have a painful bite. But what creeped me out the most was that the ghouls had collected enough of these to release around 100 into our kitchen, and you could bet money that this wasn't the only stock of horrific creatures and creepy crawlies that they actually had. And it made me sure of... Motherfucker. If I make one more mistake, the channel's over. Camel toe spiders. Have you seen the new docs they put out for Epstein, or what are you talking about? And I have not, no. I don't really understand the purpose, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I don't understand the purpose, but I mean, like, what's to come of it, where it seems like, is it literally all just to make people lose, like, faith in all forms of government? So relieved you won't be marrying Charlie Kirk's widow. Unfortunate. Daily, thank you for the $5 tip. Happy holidays. Thank you, Daily. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Are you guys going to do New Year's traditions? Walk around neighborhoods with suitcase to future travel, wear red underwear, eat 12 grapes, etc.? Frozen grapes. There's no point. Those involved will get away with it. I mean, yeah, it's almost like it's like a way of tipping or something. Or not tipping, geez, it's like a way of taunting. Sorry, I read. I live on the other side of the world. Glad to catch you live this time. Hey, crazy, good to see you. What part of the world? Australia? Do I watch Mr. Nightmare? I don't really watch anybody, like, at all on YouTube. I don't even look at them. I don't even think about anything. I just lay in bed and wait. I've been listening since the Stare in the Woods search and rescue days. I think that was Corp's husband, not me. But either way, thank you. It made me sure of one thing. I didn't want to work in the service industry. I have a speech impediment. It made me sure of one thing. I didn't want to work in the service industry. I didn't want to work with anyone who messed with that redacted family or became the target of the ghouls. And I certainly didn't want to find out the kind of thing that they do to escalate if releasing 100 camel spiders into a restaurant was their initial warning. A few years later, long after I had moved out of New Jersey, I heard that Tavaloris restaurant had closed down. Some kind of health inspection issue. Apparently it was really bad. A guest had found a baby bird fetus in their falafel or something. Whether this was another threat from the ghouls or just Tavaloris being a really terrible restaurant owner, I'll never know. And really, I never want to know. Hey, Wendy Melton, thank you for the 5 gifters too. Nora Frankie, Jesse Tyron, Don Mateo, Prehistoric Pleb, and Cisco. Thank you, Wendy. God bless. Everyone should work in the service industry at least once to experience the worst of people. Dude, isn't it kind of... Okay. Alright, listen. There's nothing that pisses me off more. I mean, there's got to be a lot of stuff. Maybe like ISIS or something, or like some... I don't know. Something like wet socks. But there's something that really, really pisses me off when you go into a restaurant and you can just immediately fucking tell that it's going to be the most unprofessional, non-well-oiled machine of a restaurant you've ever stepped foot in. Just solely based on the fact of like the guy that seats you isn't like some hot young hostess. It's like some old fat guy who's like, "Hey, what's going on? You want to eat food? All right, yeah. I mean, we got like a place to fucking... It's like a fucking seat over here if you want to sit there with your whole family. All right, we'll see what we fucking can do." And then it takes like another 30 minutes for, you know, another, like the server to get to you, and just, I don't know, it's like you would just think at this point it would be a fucking system science to run a fucking restaurant. Texas Road, dude, at least Texas Roadhouse has like a system in place. You show up, there's a person there to like greet you. They're like, "Here, how long?" You know, you take your time. They bring you the thing you want. You want to look at the steaks. You want to go eat bread at your table and get fat. You know, it's like it works. But there's some places I'm just like, why the fuck would you start a restaurant just for it to suck? Like, what's the point? Like, where's your pride in like owning a restaurant if all it is just not even the bare minimum? It just seems weird to me. Black-eyed peas and cabbage for New Year's luck, a tradition in Tennessee. I've never heard of such a thing. Gordon Ramsay has shown us it's not impossible. It's also a thing on all of the Gordon Ramsay kitchen nightmare things, is for some reason he just like low-key gets naked in every episode. Or no, that's the hotel nightmares. He does the hotel nightmares, and in every one of them you just see Gordon Ramsay's bare ass. Money laundering? Do you think so? Do you think restaurants like that money launder just like have shitty service just so that at the bare minimum so they can just like launder money through? I mean, maybe. Do you use a voice modulator, or is this your real voice? This is real. I'm a real boy. You're from India. Nice, dude. How's it going there? I heard you guys just got to the moon. Welcome to the party. I wonder if there's like limitations, like once India got to the moon, do you think they just like stayed up there? We are not coming down. This is our moon now. We are the captain. What's up, Bella? How goes it? How blows it? Man. I don't know, but I saw Breaking Bad, so I kind of consider myself an expert on the subject. That's really all you need. I've been through one of those money laundering restaurants. I may submit that as a story. Yeah, send it in. Okay. Next story. In my very early 20s, I was a waitress at a small family-owned chain in my hometown. There wasn't anything particularly notable about the restaurant. It was pretty beloved in my town, and the food was great quality. Man, our chefs were chef's kiss. And in the evenings, it had this lovely mood lighting that made the place feel incredibly romantic, even if it was a bit dark at times. I got the job after dining there with my then boyfriend, Jono, for around the 5th time, and he noticed a help wanted sign in the window. It seemed like a perfect fit since I was looking for a job for my last couple of years of college, and I already knew a bunch of the restaurant staff, either through dining there or because I was friends with a couple of the waitresses. And things went great for the first few months there. I was having a blast and genuinely enjoying the work. Jono. You guys don't have a boyfriend named Jono? I don't know where these fucking names come from. Tavaloris, Jono.
How you doing? My name is Tavaloris, Jono Tavaloris.
Stars, my body goes into a shot. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I read what you guys are saying and I'm like interrupting a conversation. I'm by myself, that's why I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't do it. It's kind of like overkill. Sorry, what are we yeah, alright. I'm just gonna keep. Things went great for the first few months there. I was having a blast and genuinely enjoying the work while still finding time for my studies. Unfortunately, working at the restaurant led to a little turmoil in my life as well. There was a male There was a male coworker who I'd become good friends with, purely platonic, but my boyfriend couldn't be convinced to see it that way. And one day he turned up at closing time to catch me and my coworker Brandon at it. And by at it, in this case, he meant Brandon was walking me to my car in the dark, something he did every time we worked the night shift because, well, I don't know what... God fucking damn it, man. I'm like, I see the words, and I'm like, should be in the clear, and then my brain just like goes... Blah, blah, blah. What happened to your go-to throat spray, Joel? Did you leave it in the car? I got a new one, actually. I haven't opened up upstairs because I got one that worked a long time ago, and then I have this other one that I haven't used because for some reason the nozzle just like sprays in a straight line in the back of my throat, and it ends up just concentrating it in one fucking spot. I have it right here. Does anyone know how to adjust the spray pattern on organic throat goat spray? It just shoots like one little jizz shot instead of like a open pattern. Carrie, welcome to the Buttersock Cult. You now have access to bonus content. I'm out of magnesium. I'm in here turning up empty bottles like an addict. Let's go, baby. Mag for the win. Is it weird that I don't want to see you in your life because you have been an amazing, fantastic storyteller? No, I mean, that's totally fair because it's like kind of like mysteriously playing within your own mind, right? Have I ever ingested high-power blotter acid? I don't think so. What brand is it? This one's Mary Roth Herbal Blend Organic Throat Spray Dietary Supplement. Connect with us. Somebody message Mary Roth on Instagram right now. Tell her, what the fuck do we do to get it not shoot little jizz shots into my mouth? God damn it, Mary. By at it, in this case, he meant Brandon was walking me to my car in the dark, something he did every time we worked the night shift because, well, I don't need to explain why a male friend might do that for a female friend, do I? Unfortunately, my boyfriend couldn't quite grasp this concept, and he absolutely lost his goddamn mind. He accused Brandon of trying to steal his girl, and then started screaming in the parking lot about all types of these STDs I had. Now, it didn't stop there either. He started coming into the restaurant during busy evening hours, pointing at me and yelling to everyone that I was a, well, loose woman, and that even more embarrassing, he was deciding that to start sharing very intimate, very true facts about my body that were just kind of things that you don't want diners at a restaurant or your colleagues to hear about, you know? It was horrible. Having someone show up out of the blue to randomly yell something unpleasant about how one of my breasts was smaller than the other and I was insecure about it, were the kind of things I liked in bed. And my now ex-boyfriend was banned from the restaurant, and I was given a couple of weeks of compassionate leave. And during this time, I got a restraining order farted against him. I need to eat all the food. Do I like Indian food? I assume you've tried it. It's not. I love Indian food. Yeah, I actually had Indian food on Christmas Eve. And it was amazing. Like, I just love, like, slopping it all together into a big pile of rice or naan bread. Or we got this, like, naan bread that was, like, kind of, like, had cheese in the middle, too. Or maybe it was, like, chicken cheese. I don't even know what the fuck it was, but it was really, really good. Just a big glob of stuff. Do I like samosas? Is that a drink? Never been in lives before? Well, welcome, Tara. Yeah, we're just recording stories for tomorrow, but also kind of just saying shit. Saying words until we go crazy. I'm back from the dead. Can't get rid of me. I linger like a fart. Boop. It's good to see you, buddy. I missed the last few live left. That one over 5.5 hours. That's crazy. How do I even stream that long, bro? What do I even talk about? I'm listening to your videos for every single night for 6 years. Thank you, friend. Good to see you. Thank you for listening and stopping by. During this time, I got a restraining order filed against him, and the security camera footage from the restaurant as well as witness testimony made it pretty simple and easy of a process. But still, I was devastated. I felt like I had no choice but to quit my job because the longer I stayed, the more sick that I felt about going back to face everyone. And eventually Brandon gave me a much-needed pep talk and convinced me that I was super valued as an employee and that they'd be gutted to lose me. And his well-meaning guilt trip worked, and I eventually returned to work. And now, enter the third player in the story. His name was Howie, and he was the assistant manager of our little family. Up until this point, Howie had been polite but distant with me. Not rude or anything, but not particularly interested in me as anything more than a colleague either. And on the day that I returned to work, though, he called me into his office and told me that Jonah would not be darkening the door of our establishment again, and that he'd personally make sure of it. I wasn't sure how he could promise that, since it would require him to work the exact same shifts as me, which surely he wouldn't be doing. But it turns out I was wrong. He'd arranged things so we worked at exactly the same times, at all times. And that was just the first red flag. The next, which I should have taken more seriously, was when he called me into his office again a few days later and started addressing the horrible things Jonah had said about me. He said that he knew that I didn't have STDs, Jonah claimed, because I obviously wasn't that type of girl, which isn't how STDs work, buddy, but I liked my job and wanted to keep it, so I just kept quiet on that. Now next, he started talking about how I shouldn't be insecure about my breasts. So what if one of them was smaller than the other? He'd never noticed, and in fact, he thought they looked great. And he took this as an opportunity to gesture and stare at my chest as if he was doing me a favor. And then, the third, and most intolerable red flag, there had been a certain proclivity that Jonah had repeatedly yelled, "Hiya, hey, stranger," the silent stranger with the 10,000 W coins. Thank you, Silencer. Thank you for the 10,000 of those. I will turn them into V-Bucks soon. Is this a drink? I can't see shit. Oh, shit. And then, the third and most intolerable red flag, there had been a certain proclivity that Jonah had repeatedly yelled that I was into in front of colleagues and customers. Nothing I think anyone should be ashamed of, but not something that a young woman particularly once broadcasted to coworkers and strangers. And Howie reassured me repeatedly that it was fine that I was into this particular thing. And then he started telling me about how one of his current girlfriends, yep, phrased just like that, was also into it, and she told him that he was really good at pleasing her in that manner. And then he sort of paused as if waiting for me to respond with, I don't know. A request to experience this, I guess. The man was in his goddamn 40s, by the way, and surely he knew that that wouldn't work. And so now, I'd gone from one surprise abusive ex to a surprise creepy boss. They always say bad luck comes in threes, right? And so that night, at a bar after work, I got a bit tipsy and told Brandon everything. Brandon, who'd rapidly become my best friend, who I thought I could trust with anything. And his response, I probably misinterpreted Howie. That Howie was a good guy, he'd known him for years, and he'd never behaved like that towards him. Now just imagine me yelling loudly and incoherently at this point. So that was just me done with that job, but not before Howie had one final trick up his sleeve. Again, he called me into his office and this time made me sit on his side of the desk, which I reluctantly did because as much as it sickened me, I needed to part on good terms, so I needed to part. I needed to fart on good terms. Unfortunately, we are farting ways. And this is like when you break up with someone, but you just let out a disgusting fart. Silencer M with the 15,000 W coins, more V-Bucks for true crime stories, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will never fart ways, me and you. What kind of true crime stories do you want? Is anything particular? We could look into it. It's a Juan. Juan. Like from China? China.
It's Chinese coins. It's Chinese Chuck E. Cheese coins. You can redeem them at any local Huangqing store. The Huangqing store has some very terrifying animatronics that, believe it or not, they come alive at nighttime. They come to life. They are possessed by little Chinese kids from the factories.
Unexplained disappearance stories. I love the turquoise guys with the orange spots. Tagu, tagu, they scream all night when I used to work running up the walls of the warehouse. Are these like hallucinations or what are they? Unsolved true crime stories. Unsolved, okay. You know what's weird is like sometimes people don't like the unsolved ones because they don't quite have like a finality to it, almost like a story, but I guess at the same time maybe that makes it even more creepy. Hey, no frowns, what's up, dude? Oh, it's Korean. North Korean coins? Is this Kim Jong-un? Where I live, you're either going to church every week or you're going to the bar, either drinking or you're godly, not much in between. I think you can manage a healthy balance in life, you know. I was the true crime stories of Pradeep's previous life as a triad, a drug kingpin, and addict. What's up, Hawk, bro? How you doing, bro? Do I watch Stranger Things? I do not. I watched season 1 and I haven't seen it since. Oh, the South Korean currency. What's going on in South Korea? Anything cool lately? What do we have to look forward to? I feel like we don't get enough info out of South Korea. Everybody's always obsessed with Japan, or China, or even North Korea, or maybe even Ukraine. But I never hear any good news about South Korea, even though I know it's an amazing place. Unsolved mystery is the best because that means the ghost got away with it, yeah. Oh, that's true. K-pop, Samsung, ha 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 777. Welcome to the Buttersalt Cult. You now have access to bonus content. Have you ever done any stories on MK Ultra stuff? I've looked into it and heard a lot about it, but like, what specifically is like MK Ultra? Is it just all like studying of the mind and brainwashing? I feel like there's got to be a lot more to it, right? The unsolved mysteries, especially missing persons, are really creep me out the most. Okay, maybe we'll do a missing persons episode, honestly. Hey, how's it going? Me and my partner listening from Belize. Hello, Belize. Good to see you. Guten Tag. How have you done Japan true crime unsolved crimes? That would be good. I think. But sometimes I do Japan stories and people are just like, they don't do as well as you would expect. But doesn't mean we can't try it. The Lincoln MK Ultra. I saw something that might be a fun show, almost like Dumb as Criminals. I was sending you info in the usual spot. Okay, that sounds good. Thanks, Hawk. You said you're feeling good, though? Oh, dude, I'm like cold, but not. Do you think you'll be streaming until 12 a.m. PST so I could get a happy birthday from you? Yeah. I'll probably keep going here. It just depends. But if not, happy early birthday.
How old are we turning? 4.
There's a lot to it, I asked, because I'd seen a victim supposedly speaking about how Stranger Things she'd seen recently and triggered at how it made many truths in what they did to her as an MK12 victim. That is insane. Turning 25, nice. It's the golden year. Do Japan stories, bro. You don't want to get the Yakuza pissed off. I feel like the Yakuza, in a weird way, might be kind of nice. They might be like nice criminals. It's really sad to hear about the victims, but it's kind of turned on my inner detective. No, I mean, it's... Oh, that makes sense too. That's a good point. Yeah, like you comment, like you don't really want a finality to it. You want to like see, like, okay, we got all this info. Maybe we can come to a conclusion or something, which does make some sense. I'm trying to get a girlfriend in 2026. Do you foresee luck in my future, Almighty Joel? I do, honestly. I mean, but first, I see you getting your ass in the gym. And then I also see you writing a ton of hilarious stand-up comedy jokes. And once you've achieved both of those, I see a really hot babe doing some cool stuff with you. They make you cut your own fingers off. Trust me, I know from experience. Who? MK Ultras? Babes, why are you such an anti-gym person, bro? You gotta get in there. Dude, this is the #1 fucking thing that kills women. Not lifting weights. Like, they tell you when you're like a teenager, 20-year-old woman that you should never touch a weight. That's like the absolute dumbest fucking thing if you want to end up with... If you want to end up with osteoporosis when you're 65, don't ever go do a single amount of resistance training at all. But if you want to be fucking muscular, but not, bulky, and be able to process excess glucose within your bloodstream with the utilization of storage within your muscles, and be able to do shit with your grandkids till the day you die, get in the fucking gym. Are there any photos of me around? Just dick pics. Just loads and loads of wiener pictures. My gym is in the mountains. I need to start lifting weights. I mean, honestly, just get a weighted vest if you're out there hiking. You can just keep slowly adding weight and stuff. You're 59, keeping it tight. That's what I like to hear, Tara. Keep it tight, keep it right. Why get in the gym? We can get in the fridge. Just climb in the freezer and freeze yourself into the future where all you need is injections to keep muscle on. You just hit 185 squat PR. That's sick. That's a 45. That's a plate and a quarter, baby. Let's go. That's really good, honestly. That's really good. I see you getting up to 2 plates within the next year. That could be a 2026 goal. 225 on the bar, squat PR. Below parallel. Honestly, squat's one of the best ones, the best exercises you can stick with. Again, He called me into his office and this time made me sit on his side at the desk, which I reluctantly did because as much as it sickened me, I needed to part on good terms so I could get the references I needed. Now I couldn't believe what I was seeing when Howie pulled up the folder on his computer. It was a series of photos of Jono taken with a telephoto lens like they'd been snapped by some kind of private detective, and they chronicled his daily movements since we'd broken up. Now I stared at Howie, who looked at me like he was extremely proud of himself, and he went on to explain that now we had a good enough data on Jono's day-to-day activities that we could surely make it look like an accident. Make what look like an accident, I asked, but of course I already kinda knew. Howie had it in his head that together we were going to kill Jono to restore my honor, and then what? Then I'd spread my cheeks, and we'd make babies. Let's go. Just had my bank account hacked and drained What? Wait, Chris, is this true? You had your bank account hacked and lost Just had my bank account hacked, lost $2,000, now I don't have anything to my name. How awesome is that? No, you're joking, right? What? Your bank account? That seems psycho, bro. What? How did that even happen? How did they even do that? And then what? First I'm gonna stack man flow, and then what? And then I'm gonna stack some mo. I'm 54 and I know I have to really keep moving. I don't know if by 60 I won't be as mobile. Important to keep moving. Yeah, for sure. I mean, stagnation is really like... I remember reading or seeing somewhere where it was like you could smoke cigarettes for 10 years, right? Or you could smoke cigarettes your whole life, and it would be more detrimental to you to just be completely... like the lack of lifting weights is worse to your health than like someone who smokes cigarettes. It was very odd. Joel, I feel called out. I'm so lazy. I am a woman who doesn't lift either, but I know I should. Dude, just go get like a trainer for like 1 month. Talk to a trainer, get them to like teach you how to lift for like 1 month, and then after that, they've taught you how to do everything, and then you know what it feels like, you like it, right? And then they make you a program and you just like literally do that. Not every workout has to be like killer. You just get in there and get it done. I promise you, you will feel better. I got embarrassingly scammed for $3,500, and that was literally all I had in my back. I can't believe I fell for it. What was the scam? Nigerian prince. Oh my God, is that why Trump bombed Nigeria? He got scammed by a Nigerian prince. Joel, can you even climb a tree? I cannot. I am not much of a tree climber at all. Just do biceps, that's all you need. I remember seeing this one girl who hikes a lot, and like her calves were like literally bigger than her quads. It was like psycho. They were like the exact same size as her quads. It looked so odd. Like the aliens from Men in Black. I've been listening to your vids to fall asleep, and this is my first time joining the stream. This is now I expected your personality to be. This changes everything. Yeah, does it ruin it? I'm honestly curious. Like, sometimes I'm like, are these live streams actually a detriment to like the person people have built me up to be in their head for 9,000 years? What do you smoke for 10 years and you're always idle? You might as well just like lay in your grave now, I guess. Make what look like an accident, I asked. But of course I already knew. Howie had it in his head that together we were going to kill Jono to restore my honor, and then what? I dropped my panties for this balding middle management a-hole because he roped me into committing murder? Now I told him that I severely appreciated the effort he'd gone to and asked him if he could just email his dossier over to me so I could spend the night coming up with a plan. And that buffoon actually did it. He emailed me the photos, his random, barely legible .txt documents about how we could hit Howie with a car or cause him to walk under some unstable structures, or all manner of Looney Tunes nonsense. But his most coherent idea by far was that we'd invite him to the restaurant under the guise of me wanting to get back together with him and then serve him poisoned food. I immediately called the cops and forwarded all the information. Thankfully, they took it extremely seriously and apprehended Howie that same night on intention to commit murder. Eventually, he entered into some kind of plea deal, and it was proven that he was most definitely not of sound mind. And really, I didn't care as long as he got the help that he needed and wasn't a danger to others. But for me, I was left pretty devastated. First Jono, then Howie, then Brandon. I didn't really have any close female friends, so it just felt to me like everybody I'd gotten close to had turned out to be a goddamn psychopath. And honestly, I'm still struggling to shed that belief. I'm in therapy. Oh, it makes it better. Let's go. Let's freaking go, dude. $2,000 gone. I'm literally crushed. Damn. Woke up to a bunch of fraud alerts. Do you know, like, how the fraud could have occurred? I have it painted my walls recently. I'm sure it smells like it. Oh. I don't think so. Just with diarrhea from Santa Claus. I honestly don't remember what I used to do Sunday night and Wednesdays before I found you. Probably just playing Overwatch. I'm in therapy, but every time I meet a new person, every time they're nice to me, I find myself gripped with the terror of waiting for the other shoe to drop, as they say. All because I followed up on the help wanted sign in the window of my favorite local restaurant. They say you are what you eat, but frankly I do not remember crazy being on the menu. Yeah, they say you are what you eat, but I don't remember crazy being on the menu. Dude, some old sportsbook account got hacked and they went ham on my shit. Sportsbook account. Oh, like a sports betting. But it's crazy that they would get access to your bank account. That just seems crazy. Katie McFadden, what's up, dude? You love me so much. I love you. I have just sent you a hamster. Now you gotta take care of it. That's now your responsibility. My card was linked to the account. Oh, a card. Oh, your debit card. Yeah, sometimes it's best to just like use a credit card all the time, because then at least like it'll put a couple layers between where you pay the credit card and how you transact or whatever. Because at least with like, if you were to use some type of Visa bullshit, you can just like cancel it, or maybe it'll be insured. Hopefully you're insured by your bank, right? Or no? Lifting weights will be one of the things I start doing in 2026. Let's go, bro. Let's fucking go. We are going to increase the testosterone of every single human being on Earth to the extent that we will no longer be pushed around by the elites. We will look at them and say, no, we want steak, not bug. We want steak. No more dirt. What if they hacked his sports account and won like 10K and then blew the V-coins for Let's Read? Honestly, I wouldn't oppose. Your storytelling, your lives are a shock, but it's not a bad shock, a good shock. It just goes to show you're real and we are here for it. Thank you, Gummy Worms. The realest of the real. The Snwheel. Oh, fuck. My favorite muscle group to work out? Probably the quads, honestly. Like, I like hack squat. I like normal squat. I like leg extensions. Biceps feel really good. Yeah, the front glutes. The frontal glutes. You guys are so silly, man. Y'all so motherfucking silly, you know that? I let scammers hack my Amazon account just to see if I could hack the scammers. Is that possible? A reversal hack? I don't know what the word is. I think they said the spoof, and they did that and pretend that they were people from Chase. Long story short, I gave them $3,500 right before Christmas. That's crazy. I saw something where like somebody goes in to buy a car at a dealership, and then they pretend like they already have been approved for like a loan from some bank. Then they have like a fake, well, first off, they have like a fake ID that they've faked. And then they have a fake check. And then they have someone at home that whenever the dealership calls them pretends to be the bank. And then the bank says like, you know, just submit the check and we'll be good. And then even though the bank, and then they get the car, and then they go to a different state, and then they go somewhere within that state to then have the title transferred over between. It's like just so many series of steps. And the only reason that they got caught and put in jail was because they cheated on their girlfriend, and then their girlfriend fucking told on them, bro. What the fuck? What a bitch. Hey, happy holidays, Vicky. Good to see you. What do I dream of? Dude, my dreams suck, man. I feel like my dreams are always just like localized fucking childlike insecurities or some shit. But then sometimes you randomly have those ones where it's like vast vistas of like, you know, premonitions of the future and Cthulhian beasts of sorts, and yeah, electric sheep. But then most of the time it's just like the most boring shit of all time where you're like, I don't feel happy in this situation. Like you would think like eventually your mind would just like move on to like the next level Revelation style prophecies, but nope. High school. It's just so fucking stupid. A nurse gave me a mason jar of clear gel and says it helps with energy. It turned out to be the gel he got from an Indian doctor. It's been in a drawer for years. I don't even know how to get rid. A nurse gave you that? Was it me? Was that me at the old job? Like, here, take some of this old Indian juice. She'll got them adductors on fleek. Bro, honestly, I do go pretty hard on it's actually the abductors is what helps my low back pain. Every time I do like the ones where you squeeze inwards. Oh no, you're right. That is adductors. Sorry. But no. It's the other way. It's the abductors because I'm pushing away and you're like activating the outside of your glutes. And yeah, I just like it really helps. Like I genuinely haven't had like that aching low back pain in a long time, which is just fucking sick as hell. What do my eyebrows look like? They're just permanently like, what? What? Like surprised, like an anime. You were right with the magnesium working wonders. That's good. I will warn you though, I got to the point with the magnesium where it had like the antagonist effect, where if I took like too much or something. Now with the one I used to take like 4 magnesiums. Now I only take 1 because if I take too much, for some reason my body like jolts me awake. It's very fucking weird. Do you ever question my knowledge of abductor versus abductor again? We're gonna have problems. Can you make your glutes move up and down? Like twerk? Oh yeah. Boing 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 boing. Less yapping, more reading. Alright. You don't have to beat me with reads. So I'm a woman in her late 40s, and I run a quaint little bistro in a certain European country that I don't think you've ever even been to, but I could be wrong. I run the place with my husband and my daughter, while my son's off being a fancy lawyer and earning far more than we do. I wouldn't trade this job for the world, though. We meet so many fascinating and wonderful people through the bistro, and we're mostly a bakery that we sell pastries and pies and wraps and cakes. And you can buy takeout, which makes up about 80% of our customer base, but we also have a small seating area for people who want to have a sit-down and a nice cup of tea. Usually these people are comprised of old ladies who see it as a chance to have a nice chitter-chatter with their friends and a sit-down as a part of their bi-weekly sabbatical through our delightful, picturesque town. Now other times, you get all kinds of interesting and unusual folks passing through and stopping for a Danish pastry or an apple turnover. Now one such person was a tall and lanky character who looked to be in his late 20s. I never learned his name, but in my head I called him Ichabod, as he reminded me of Ichabod Crane from that Sleepy Hollow story. The book, not the movie. He was definitely not Johnny Depp. And every so often, Ichabod would drop in for a cake or a scone and a cup of cock and balls. I'll take a cup of cock and balls, please. I'm in your dreams invading them and twerking. Okay. My daughter is in the process of getting her doctorate in physical therapy, and she says the most important thing, squats, push-ups, pull-ups, gotta do it simple, gotta keep it moving. Hell to the yeah, baby. Yeah, I guess you could do all those, like, upper body things. And you'll be good. Don't forget the core. Honor de Balzac. Ichabod Balzac.
A cocky coffee. Okay. Anything cool going on?
Can you guys just, like, try to catch me off guard with, like, shit? You know what I mean? Just, is anything going on? Every so often, Ichabod would drop in for a cake or scone and a cup of tea, and he'd usually sit in silence, reading his paper, and then one day he called me over, and in a shy, almost quivering voice, he asked me if it would be okay if next time he visited, perhaps he could bring his dear mother along. Why, of course, we'd be delighted to have her, I said. And Ichabod went on to explain that his mother has unusual dietary requirements, so she would likely just be ordering a cup of tea from us, and was that okay? And it can. And again, I said of course it was. When Ichabod returned next, true to his word, he had an old woman in tow who I assumed to be his mother. And she wasn't exactly the woman I was expecting. Ichabod was a very well-groomed, almost effeminate young man. This Mother Crane, as I'll call her, had a wild, very witch-like appearance, like a cross between a 1960s hippie and a 1920s flapper from America. Flippy, and I remember thinking to myself and having a little bit of a giggle behind my hand. Now, Ichabod ordered something or other, and I figured exactly what, and then ordered a black sweet tea for his mother. And this poor old woman didn't seem to be able to speak for herself, and it was clear that she wasn't entirely quite right in the head. But it was no matter to me. We welcomed everyone into our bistro. Ichabod asked if he could have a second plate for his mother. Typically we don't allow this, letting sit-in guests order for one butt split the... for one pile of butt. Effeminate, like a K-pop star. Like a vampiric ventriloquist doll. She does the like you hold up on stomach, but she is, I will say, not your average girl. She could take me and throw me into next week. She's so strong. Who's tossing you around? What's going on? I've been in full feral ADHD packing and moving mode for about a week, and will be until sometime this week, and amidst it all, I started a new Stardew Valley farm. Good. It better be on your Steam Deck. How's Pradeep? He's good, man. He's just like, is he around here somewhere? There he is. Hey, poop head. Hey, poopster. Just laying on the floor. It's so funny, dude. It's so, I don't even know what goes through his mind. He's just, he wants a cookie. He wants a fucking cookie. My mom got him a bunch of toys. It's pretty cute. He, toys. You hear that? Come here, Stinky. Did I specifically want a male cat? No, I would have taken any cat. It's just, he's the one I've gotten, and I realize now that in the future I'll probably only get male cats if I do get more cats. But I probably won't. But my mom got him some toys, and it was really funny. There's this one where it's got like a handle and like a fluffy tail on the end, so it's one you get to like play with them and kind of wave around. But he will pick these up in his mouth and like literally prance around the house like he has prey. And it's so cute. Like, I never see him prance around with toys before, but for some reason these ones he picks up and he's just like so proud of what he has. He's honestly built to kill. He's like genuinely very much built to kill, and I feel so bad that he just doesn't really get to kill things very often. I need to like just start releasing mice into my home. But then I imagine I do that and then I have like thousands of them just infecting everywhere, and I have to get an exterminator, and the cat's not enough. Does he bite them, lay on his side, and kick them double pedal while biting? Dude, the double pedal kick for cats is like the funniest shit ever. Just grabbing something and like, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, the bunny cat, like I remember my one buddy's cat, they got like a kitten, and then the other older cat like grabbed the kitten and then started doing that like bicycle kick like right on its face. And I was just thinking like, holy shit, like cats are ruthless, man. They don't give a fuck if you were just born, you're getting kicked. Hey Joe, I've been listening to you since I was in middle school. I'm in college now, and I listen to your podcast almost every night. I love your vids. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Alana. Thank you so much. That's crazy. That's like, I don't even know. To imagine myself from middle school to college, it's like you're a totally, totally different person in that period of time. So thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you. Oh, your cat does the bicycle kick to your foot. Dude, that would hurt, honestly. What do you do if you get ghosted? Do you show up outside at night? Hey, kitty, what's up, buddy? He's going between my legs now. Yeah, I mean, if you ghost me, like, I gotta find out what's going on, or like what, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, whenever they ghost you, they don't fill out the survey that I send for that. Like, if they don't respond within at least 2 hours, I eventually just send them a survey to fill out to find out what I did wrong, right? And then if you don't fill out the survey, I nail that survey to your bedroom door. Do you believe in ghosts? I don't fucking know, dude. I definitely think something's going on. Demons or fucking interdimensional reptilians. Who fucking knows? Hey, Jordans. What's up, buddy? Read the survey and the fog in their bathroom. Yeah, like just... How did you feel about our conversations over the past week? Satisfied? Extremely satisfied? Extremely, extremely satisfied? Do you want me to grab you? Do you believe in Do you believe to government conspiracies? Dude, every conspiracy that ever existed ever, I believe in it. I don't care what the government tries to say. I don't care how much they try to shame you into making you think that your independent thought that doesn't align with what the, Mockingbird media tells you to think. I don't care. Conspiracies are fun, and they feel like way more like the truth than any of the bullshit that makes us feel safe when we sleep at night. Sorry. What part of Pennsylvania am I from? I've been to Stevenson. I am from Raven Rock Mountain. Are you guys familiar with Raven Rock? Mayonnaise, Pennsylvania.
Delicious mayonnaise, Pennsylvania. This is where it was all invented. We took eggs and mixed it with jizz of a goat. Made a delicious topping for your BLT.
Low key, should you text your ex? Yeah, probably. Just say, hey, I was thinking maybe we could make a baby. Freeze warnings, earthquake, tornado, severe thunderstorm, hail, flash flood warnings within a month, tool fog, 3 days, sun, so far, so over this. Yeah, dude, the weather's been crazy. Have I visited the Liberty Bell? I think so. I feel like I did it when I was younger. I rang it, it fucking cracked in half. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. He texted you first, I didn't reply, so... Well, it just depends what you want from him, you know? Like, sometimes exes just get lonely or horny or... And, like, whatever issues you had before, like, are probably just going to manifest again, right? So... If it sucked before, it's probably not going to, like, get better. Unless they're, like, were a drug addict or... Do I text my exes? No. Do not do that. I did text them when I got really high on LSD the one time, though. When I was 27, I was like, hey, sorry. And they're like, what? Sorry about what? And I was like, I don't know. I just feel bad. They're like, it's fine. Oh, my mic doesn't work anymore. Wait, have I been... Oh, no way. No way. Wait, what happened? This is a predicament, guys. What? What? Wait, what the fuck? Dude, my microphone says card full. Why would it say card full? It has like... I've never had that happen before. Unless this is some type of glitch. The Neumann? No, not the Neumann, the TLM, bro. That's so weird. But it's all spaced out too. I mean, 130, 167, yeah. No, this doesn't make any sense. I do apologize. I've never had an issue like that before. Let's see. Card full. Get a backup? You record? Yeah, my recording mic. You think it's corrupted? What? Why would the card be full? Guys, this is kind of weird. I don't actually know what to do. Wait. Now it's saying no card. Now it's saying no card? What? But it's like the interface is working just fine. What? What is going on, bro? No card. What? Call the help desk. This is weird, man. Maybe I've never had any glitch of this sort before. Alright, 1 second. I guess this is gonna kind of slow down the stream a little bit. I apologize. Wait. No, that's not... Huh. Oh shit, and my... Oh, this is bad, guys. This is like really bad. Cause like I've just connected... Wait, what? No. What the fuck? No card. It's asking me to like format it? TV, welcome to the Buttersaw Cult. You now have access to bonus content. Wait, did someone else join too and I missed that earlier? I thought I did. I don't... Oh, this is so weird, guys. I actually don't know how to proceed because... This is very strange. I've never had like a glitch like this. That's corrupted? Do you think so, Fry? If I yeah, I know. If I format it, it's going to delete everything. Update the wetware. Damn, I never. That's never been that bad before. Wait, let's listen to it real quick. If it play, can't see shit. Okay, wait. Listen to this. Does it even play? Normally I can like... Oh, this is not good, guys. Huh. Well, fuck me in my butt. Okay. This is like really not good. No card. Well, okay. That's kind of random. Yeah, literally like the red ring of death mid fucking thing. Okay. Yeah, I think I gotta end the stream and I've like lost like I might have lost everything. Dude, I was so close to being done too. Fuck my holes, my little boy holes, man. This is some bullshit. What the fuck? God damn it, man. That's so fucking lame. No card. Why? Bad karma. You think so? They have customer service? Probably not, dude. I mean, I think this is H4N. They're the H4N. They're on to like H7N by this point. I mean, I don't even know if I lost my shit or lost my recording. That's the weird thing, is because it's like showing the files, but like on the interface on the mic itself. You know what I'm saying? So like normally what you do is connect it to USB and then you can just transfer the files over. But then when I did that, it wasn't showing up. Fucking clanker mic. Okay, well, guys, I think just to figure this out, well, okay, let me see. Let me, what should I do? I should turn it off, right? Real quick. Just a quick turn on and turn off. Goodbye, see you. It's kind of funny when it turns off, it says, goodbye, see you. Okay. And then what if I did storage now? Okay, I hear a boop, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. Okay, let's check the PC. But then when I do that, it doesn't recognize the mic as a external drive the way it normally does. Normally it would immediately see something. So why though? Why would it not? Oh, penis and balls. Okay, what if I pulled this plug out? Does that turn that off completely? God damn it. I can't see shit either. Okay, that turn. Is the battery dead? Okay, we've restarted it. Maybe it's been a little while since we just, like, asked Grok. I mean, there's not a whole lot of options we have here, you know what I mean, other than just turn it back, turn it off, turn it back on again, IT bro style. Now loading. I don't know what that means, but we're doing it. Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeevenson. It's just kind of stuck. Wait, the light turned on as it's loading. Whatever happened to Jeeves? Probably got it pulled into another. Okay. Come on, baby. Oh, it's recording again. Okay. Oh, wait. First we have to... Okay. Whew. I think we salvaged it, but that's a good sign. Wait. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Please wait. Why? Oh, fuck. Why is it stuck on please wait? Oh my god, what is going on? There's some weird, like... Oh, come on, bro. Yeah, can you guys pray for that we don't lose our shit? What is going on? Please wait. Why? I don't want to wait. Did it get hacked? Yeah, this analog piece of hardware has been hacked. More lizard people stories. Maybe that's what it was. Card full. Dude, what is going on? Do you think... Yeah, you think it's just a corrupted card. Okay, what if we went down here? Dude, what the heck? Dude, what the heck, dude? I am so sorry, guys. This is probably so boring to listen to. But we're trying to do what we can. It's corrupted. Fry, are you, like, certain? Or are you just saying it? Conspiracy theory coming, not trusting what the government says. Yeah, I know. Honestly, good fucking point. The government's always trying to fuck my booty. What if we played this one? Invalid file? What happened?
Every so often,
Wait.
Ichabod would drop in for a cake or scone.
Wait
and
a
cup of
second.
tea, and he'd usually sit in silence, reading his paper and then...
Okay, so let's think about this. This one specifically said invalid file. So if we just delete it, maybe individually, maybe it was just that specific file got corrupted, right? If the one, so that was 133 we just deleted. This is 132 that played, right? Ichabod bullshit.
Every so often, Ichabod would drop in for a cake or scone and a cup of tea, and he'd usually sit in silence, reading his paper, and then one day he...
Okay, so then we'll just try to record another file. Oh, okay. Okay. Dude, I think it was just that shitty-ass file. No. Oh, no, it went right to please wait again. My brothers in Christ and sisters in the Lord, I think my microphone is fucked. God damn it. No, man, what the hell? That's so fucking lame. I don't know if I can get the old files, but... sucks, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. The voice in that recording sounds exactly like you. Do you think it's me in there? Do I have to climb inside the microphone and fix whatever's going on? Yeah, we'll get it sorted. Alright, well, the bad thing is I feel like I gotta end the stream because I have no way to continue, seemingly, until I have no way to continue. So, I mean, I'd like to talk to you, but I got to get this work done, right? You know what I mean? And if I can't get my work continually accomplished, then I won't be able to post a video tomorrow, and then YouTube will kill me with hammers. So, oh, sorry, Trinity, I know. Well, yeah, pray we get this figured out. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this microphone. It's very odd. Is it possible to use a microphone used to stream? Well, I still haven't figured out whether I can even like salvage the files that exist in here. So, I don't know, but I need to think clearly. I probably need to not do this on stream. So, shit. But I do appreciate you guys, and yeah, I don't even know if I'd be able to sort it out. I just wouldn't be able to think straight unless I can like take this off of the setup that it's in, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise, yeah, I guess if all goes as, might have to get a whole ass new mic or something, but ugh schmug. Alright, that's true, it is just life. Alright guys, well have a good night. I will see you later. Hopefully I get this figured out. Bye-bye.